Yo, what is up?
You bitch, man.
What was that? What the fuck was that?
Oh my god. I was laughing so hard. Oh my
I'm
god.
confused, man.
Okay, that was me. That video
That was you?
was me.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck is that? Yo, dude, I hit the wrong button or something?
So today, after I mowed my lawn, right, my wife told me that there was a hornet's nest coming out underneath the windowsill. Last year, I got rid of it with the blowtorch. I just went up to it and it catches fire very fast and it dies. When I was coming out with the blowtorch, the seal around where the blowtorch connects to the propane, right, with the gas, was broken, and I was holding it, and the fire started coming out right on my hand, and I burned my hand. I have no hair on my hand. My knuckles are charred, and I have like polysporin and aloe being mixed on it.
Sorry to laugh at you, man.
But the thing
what
is
the fuck's this video?
But the thing is that I was like, holy shit, it might blow up, right? So I put it to the ground, and when I put it on the ground, I'm like, this motherfucking thing might blow up right here next to the car, and there's kids across the street playing. So I threw it in the corner where it's all concrete and there's bricks. Then I ran down, I moved the bag that had leaves in it because I'm freaking my luck, it probably catch fire too. And I ran outside, and the camera didn't catch that part, but I ran inside and I grabbed the hose with the pressure, and I put it out. Then I turned it off, but I already had burned my hand. So right now I have a burned hand. And it smelled like
wait a minute. Why the fuck didn't we see the whole thing?
Yeah, because it's my security camera, right? So it's only on fucking movement.
It was funny. It's funny that I put the Benny Hill music to it because I was like, he didn't after he put it on the ground and then he shot it. He looked like he didn't know what to do. You know?
Yeah. I thought it was a fucking firecracker, to tell you the truth.
It was a welding torch.
I thought it was some guy. I didn't even recognize you, man. I thought it was some guy like oh no, this guy's going to blow up.
That's what I thought.
Some shit, man.
You know, my wife looks at it because she was working, right? I show her the video. She goes, "Oh, look at you and your cute ass moving around." I'm like, "I'm burning my damn hand, woman."
I'm gonna assume that your home video camera didn't have Benny Hill music attached to it.
No, that's all that guy over there, man. I said it to him and Danny. He goes, "You know I'm gonna be using that." I'm like, "Fuck, of course I know you're gonna be using that." But when I heard the Benny Hill music, I was fucking dying.
Yeah, that's hilarious. That was nice.
Oh shit! What
God.
up, people? Welcome back. Another episode of the O.O.C. And you know, sometimes we just do some random shit up in here. Had to get my boy like that. I'm glad everybody came in. K-Dot is in the house. First time on the channel. Welcome, brother. Welcome.
Respect.
Good to be here for the first time ever. Usually I'm on MSK streams or doing one of my streams, but I'm finally here. Glad to be here. We about to see what's gonna go down. Let's see how I help.
We have to get into the real stream, man.
How you do that shit, man? That shit's freaked out.
Come on, K-Dots. I know you got shit to get off your chest, man. Come on.
That's what I told him. I'm like, yo, if you got anything to get off your chest, this is the show to do it.
Because there was some serious shit going on last week on your channel.
Holy shit, bro.
Yeah, me and Daddy, like, what's going on?
Oh, on MSK's channel?
Yeah, I couldn't put that shit down either. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on here? And, you know, usually I have my co-hosts, and it's like, you guys pick a topic and we do something. Unfortunately, these motherfuckers didn't do their homework this week.
No, we didn't.
So I gotta do the shit. But Josh, who I know has my back now, he has a topic.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Talk about this.
It's not even that, you know, we didn't do our homework, because in all honesty, when shit comes off my chest, it's normally random shit, you know, like something that bothers me. And I got to see how the people feel and how you guys feel to see if it's just me being a rogue nut or if a lot of people feel the same way as me. But unfortunately, you know, as someone stated, I'm very aggressive last week. No one pissed me off this week so far. So, you know, I'm sure something will come to mind when the topic comes up. But for now, I thought maybe the people might want to say some shit, you know.
Yeah, if the people got something, we can use that too.
Yeah.
Hey, Andrea, what's going on? Glad you could make it.
What's up, Andrea?
Paul is in the house, so you guys
Hey,
sub
Paul.
to these guys' channels, man. They're doing some good work. I'm gonna let Josh start this one off. Josh had a few things. Which one do you want to get off of your chest, Josh?
You know what? I'm gonna save some people's lives, man. Let's do that first before I start. All right?
Mhm.
Yeah, dude. Like, actually, it pisses me off. It actually pisses me off a lot, man. So, I had Subway. I think it was, what was it, Saturday? Because I was in such a rush. I usually don't eat at Subway, man. But I was in such a rush. I was like, well, I got to get something really quick. Otherwise, I'm not going to eat or whatever because I don't like ordering Uber Eats. It's too expensive. Subway wasn't much better. It was $10. But now we find out in this article that somebody, I don't know if it was a secret shopper or something like that, they had tested 6 Subway sandwiches, right? The tuna fish sandwich. They didn't find a single trace, not even a percentage of tuna fish DNA in the tuna, man. Like, what? Yeah, man, 0% tuna in the fucking tuna sandwich. Dude, I'm tired of this shit, man. Like, yo, no, I don't care if I'm starving. No more Subway for me, man. And I don't know how many people do we have in the chat right now. We got like 25, 20, something like that. Bro, I might have saved somebody's life. If I can save one person's life, don't eat that shit, dude. 2014, they had the shit in the bread that they took from yoga mats. All right, they had a pedophile spokesperson. Enough. I'm done with Subway, man. Even in emergency circumstances. I fed it to my daughter a couple months ago, and it just pisses me off. Like, oh, I want to fucking smash their shit, man. Like, how are you gonna feed that to us, dude?
Hey,
You know what?
I never ordered the tuna, so yeah, like I said,
I never ordered the tuna either, but who knows what? Like you
What
said,
else?
Alonzo, the chicken. You were saying the chicken doesn't look like the chicken. You know what I
No.
mean?
Shit's always shining.
And the bread. I mean, the bread. They were using the same shit that they put in yoga mats, man. And they said that they stopped, but I don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
yeah, I never ordered the tuna ever. Hey, we may come to find out. Maybe the tuna was actually shark meat. We may never know.
Maybe
But
shark meat's probably expensive. It probably is.
I never ordered that tuna sandwich ever. I don't like tuna in general when it comes to seafood. So
Maybe
Whatever is in there, it's the least expensive thing coming out of the sea. That's for
it ain't
damn
no shark
fucking
meat,
sure.
because that shit's probably exotic and expensive, man.
And like I've said, I'm glad because I don't eat seafood, any type of seafood. So I'm glad I never touched it. But even the chicken, the grilled chicken is what I used to buy from there. I used to buy, it was either the grilled chicken or the steak. You understand? And one day I was looking at the grilled chicken and I'm like, first off, it didn't smell right that time. It didn't smell right. And when I bit it, I was like, I don't know about this stuff anymore. So the only thing I will eat from there now is the fucking steaks. And after telling me this, I'm done. I'm not eating.
Did
From
you,
there.
But even the
did you
steak.
finish the sandwich though? Did you finish the chicken?
No, I didn't finish the sandwich.
So that's a waste, man. $10, bro.
I know.
Drain.
You know what's a waste? Buying fucking sandwiches where you can make your own damn fucking sandwiches at home.
Yeah, don't make me feel bad, guys. Scar, come on, man. I know.
My parents, man, I was always with those big ass like submarine sandwiches going to school and shit because we had our own sausages and hams and our own cold cuts made at home. So when their stores came out, and I was like, "Oh look, they make sandwiches." My mom just looked at me, and man, she gave me this look like saying, "What? You're gonna pay for that?" And my wife as well has the same mentality. She's like, I ain't paying for a freaking sandwich. I can go to the deli, buy my meat, and make it myself.
I wish I had that mentality, man. No, and you're right. You're right. I can't argue with it.
Yeah, but more times than not, you're ordering that shit because of time, you know? You're hungry, it's time consuming, you know, boom, you just get it, bam, you're gone. And you think you're eating healthy. That's the fucking messed up shit about it, you know? You think is it McDonald's or Subway's? I might as well eat Subway because, you know, McDonald's is bad for you. But McDonald's has all their shit written down. And if you do a comparison in calorie intake, if you remove the soft drink, they're practically the same, man.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And me, like, and I'm done. Like I said, I'm done with Subway. 100%.
Long time.
I saved Gonzo's life, man. Now I'm kidding. You weren't gonna eat there anyway. How many Subways do you guys have? A lot of Subways like us? See, we have.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Damn it, gosh, man, we're not a third world country, man. It's Canada.
No, but you guys.
Oh my god! Thank you for reminding me that because K-Dot was talking about the other day about the fucking moose in Canada and shit. And I was like, K-Dot, are you kidding me?
Hold on. I'll take my camera to my front step.
Slander Canada mooses, man.
Wait, hold on though, Geistrar. Let me say this though. But I was asking Roberta before the show, like, do you have Firehouse subs? Do you have Jersey Mike subs? Do you have Quiznos? You said not that many.
We have Quiznos.
What else? Jimmy John's. Do you have Jimmy John's?
Maybe in Toronto.
Do you have Charlie's? That's what I mean. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess that's...
Yeah, but look, we have Subway. Sorry, Dagwoods. You have Dagwoods?
Bad, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah.
Dagwoods makes some wicked subs, man.
Yeah, Dagwoods is pretty good. And you know that stuff is legit, right? At Dagwoods. But it is, again, with the
it's a butcher. They cut the cold cuts right in front of you, man.
Yeah.
Can't beat it then, man. Yeah, that's good. Jersey Mike's is like that too, where you see everybody. They got like 20 people up in there. It ain't like one person behind the counter. Oh, let me serve you the tuna fish.
And then they fucking drop it in the microwave. Bing.
Right.
Like that fucking Subway chicken. Subway. I'm like, why is this shit all white? Like, you know, like. Can't some parts of it be cooked a little more than the other? Why is the whole entire piece of chicken fucking white?
Yes,
like a sponge.
And it just has those little grill lines on it. And I'm
they
like,
draw that shit on there.
That's what I was saying, bro. No, but the Sharpie line, hands fucking down. Because there's no way.
A semi-used marker.
If you guys grill, and I know we all fucking put some shit on the grill, there is no way you get those fucking lines like that and have a fucking pale ass white chicken.
No, unless you grill it and then you boil it.
Wow. You know,
they paint that on.
I can tell you from when I worked at Arby's in the eating center that grilled chicken already came with those marks and frozen.
Yeah. Right. How?
Absolutely. 100%.
How? So it's pre-cooked.
Right.
Pre-cooked and frozen.
Recooked. But again, like you guys grill, right? We all grill. Can you get those dark lines on a piece of chicken and still have it be pale like fucking that? I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I think
it's not even that. Look how consistent. Every single piece is a twin. They all look the same, man.
Yeah, correct. What were you gonna say, K-Dot?
No, just to get those crisp lines, they probably take some spray paint, grab that chicken, grab that meat, go whoosh.
You know?
That little
It's the same, you know, like you look at a McNugget from McDonald's, okay? When I was young, I used to say, like, why don't they have different shapes, man? Why are they always the same fucking shape? You know? Now you look at those fucking Subway sandwiches, that fucking chicken, they're always the same shape and size. Like, how is that possible? I think it's like a fucking piece of goo, and they have like, you know, you used to do with your Play-Doh, your Play-Doh, you stamp on it, and then it comes out in the form of whatever you want, and you put it down and you do it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's how they probably made that chicken.
Yeah, that's most likely how they get the same equal size for all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and it's ridiculous though, and like I said,
it's nasty. I can't believe I ate that
healthy.
Shit.
Yeah, me too. 100%. Even the chicken nuggets from McDonald's, you know, I used to sit there and I used to love off them chicken nuggets of McDonald's. And then one day my dad was like, "Oh, why are you eating that processed chicken?" So I'm like, "What the hell's processed chicken?" And then when I found out what processed chicken was, I was like, "Okay, I am never fucking touching these nuggets again."
Yeah, but I guarantee if you take like one chicken nugget, you'll find at least 1%. At least 1% of chicken DNA somewhere.
Yeah, probably.
Like, damn, dude, like 0% of 60 feet worth of fucking Subway sandwiches, man. 0% tuna.
Yo, those nuggets saved us big time back in the day. We go buy a 20 box, get 6 barbecue sauce, go to the bakery, buy a dozen of those fucking buns, and we're making chicken sandwiches, boy. Up in the park, all of us. Yeah, man. Drop 3 nuggets in there, and that's the sandwich, man.
Yeah, and I ain't never touching that shit again. What's up, Yellow? Glad you could join us.
What's up, yo?
I appreciate you inviting me, man. What's going on, everybody? It's a pleasure to see you again, Josh, and everybody else. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome.
K-Dots, I hate you.
I love you too,
the
Yellow.
love.
What's up? I love you too,
Yo,
Yellow.
man,
Good.
K-Dot's be killing me, man. Every time he tweets something, every time I see his name on Twitter, I'm like, nah, here's something else I got to disagree with. Like, son got all the worst takes, bro. I don't know how he does it. He's like built to.
Y'all, Yellow
He's like
just
the
a hater.
anti-yellow, man.
Yellow just a hater. He loves my taste.
He's like
just
blue
can't
or
be
He's the
something.
reverse yellow, the reverse flash.
Yo, it's
now.
crazy, bro. He's like, and
This
then the
guy,
rare occasion where I rock with him, I'll be like, oh, wow, K-Dot, yo, that's crazy, bro. I have mad respect to you, fam. I agree. But most of the time,
it's
I'm just
rare,
like,
right? I get it.
I
It's
saw you
funny
on
because
you were on Hot Takes channel today, right?
yeah, I was over there with Nerdman. Yeah. Matter of fact, you was Basco Scenario. Okay, I thought the name looked familiar. I wasn't sure. It was last time I was watching the O.O.C. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, I was on there.
Yeah, K-Dot was talking about mooses and they raping people up here in Canada. And I was like, where the fuck are you getting this information from, bro?
Y'all know I and when I said that about Subway Guy Skirt, I know you were joking, but it was like, I don't know what you guys have. Do they have subs at Tim Hortons? Because I've never been there.
Yeah. They're called paninis.
Paninis. Oh, it'll be
But why would you go to Tim Hortons for a fucking sub? You go there for a coffee.
Well, if you're at there,
listen.
coffee,
My daughter's boyfriend worked at that place, and he said, "Listen, they're all franchised out, right? But a lot of them, you don't want to eat the food there."
My son told me the same thing because he used to work at Tim Hortons too, and he's like, "Nah, you don't want to eat there."
They make those commercials look good, but that's where it ends, yo.
Yeah, my son said the same thing.
That's where it ends.
He's like, Dad, don't buy the sandwiches at Subway because I think he literally watched someone drop the meat on the floor, pick it up, and put it back in the burger and shit.
Oh
like
no,
that.
Yeah.
see, that's a different.
That
thing
rolls
than the food
easy.
is trash. That's terrible.
But the food,
bro. I hate that.
there's different conditions, but that shit has happened. I heard that too.
Yo, it's happened. It happens a lot. You guys would be surprised. Yo, and I tell this all the time. I went to fucking. You guys don't know about Belle Province. It's a restaurant we have here, right? So I walked in there and I buy a burger, cheeseburger. I get them to put the steak spice on. It's all good and shit. And then I throw some mayonnaise on it. So the guy in the fucking store was cleaning the counters. He took the mayonnaise bottle. He fucking unscrewed the top because he was cleaning it. He took the crust around the side, scraped it off on his finger, and put it back in the bottle.
What the? Which one? Is this the one under Carrie?
No, that was the one on Côte de Neige, bro. The one you see right on Côte de Neige? Yes.
I want to hear the rest of the story.
He was like, what do you want on your burger? I was like, plain. That was
because you don't know if you did that with the other shit.
I don't want nothing else on that, man. And I never went back there again.
I feel you. I had a similar story. Like, one, the mayonnaise was out on the counter just getting warm. That was a little. I feel like that was a little nuts. But here's the other thing. I went to like it's the same spot. I went to like this Brazilian spot, man. They was chopping up they do the rotisserie or whatever. They chop up the meats, they serve it to you and all that. The son's chopping, and you know what it is? These guys, they do their job so much, man. It's just like, this is the easiest way to do it. I'm just doing it. Son's chopping up, and then he takes, and normally you have like, you separate your garbages or whatever. You got the garbage that's just for the meat. You got the garbage for whatever anything else. He's chopping it up. He's scraping, and then he like takes his little chopper. He has like the big flat joint, and he like scrapes it off the side of the garbage. He's like this, like boom, boom, and then he's chop, and then he gives the food, and then I see him take the bone or whatever and throw it into the meat garbage. So I'm like, what was this other garbage on the side that you scraped the chopper off into, fam? Like, I'm assuming it's all food there, but like, what kind of, you can't just be scraping the chopper off against the garbage and then using it again to chop up some meat and giving it to people, fam. Like, I don't know what it just, but you get so used to just like, you know what I mean, doing your job. I guess you forget that. It's dangerous.
Well, it's not even that. It's just that they don't care. Like, why would they care? Now they're getting $15 an hour, but before it's like, why would you really care when you're making like $8? It's like, yo, I just want to make my food. Oh no, this is the Eminem video. Yo, K-Dot.
We have a franchise here where they make everything in front of you, and for that reason, this place was my favorite for a very long time, and that was Harvey's. They put that shit on the grill in front of you. He can't drop that shit on the floor. He can't do nothing but cook your burger. And then you see the girl pick it up. She comes over and does the toppings you want on there. You know your shit is fresh.
You thought Burger King was having you.
No, there's no magic lamps where it's sitting and all of that. Everything is ordered fresh to make, yo.
Well, there's tiers. There's tiers. It's like McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's.
McDonald's is a lamp.
That's lower tier, and then in the mid tier would be like Hardee's, Carl's Jr., Five Guys, and I guess if you're in Cali,
Five Guys is a lick. Oh yeah, Five Guys. Oh yeah.
You gotta Smash Bros. Smash Bros is good too.
Oh, Smash
really?
Bros. Or
Smash Bros. Yeah, it's called Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Never been there.
Me either.
Good. I have never been there. I Ubered it.
And then the highest tier is like going to a real restaurant, getting a real burger, or making it yourself, like Gushgar was saying, man. You know, which is what I should be doing, man. I was
talking about sandwiches. Burgers is another story. Burgers, I don't mind.
I can make it, man.
I make some good burgers too, but it's just sandwiches. I like making my own sandwiches.
I need to know what makes your burger good that you're gonna charge me $10 for it. You know, like everywhere I go. No, I'm talking anywhere I go. Any restaurant I go. I ordered a burger. If you can't make a fucking burger, why am I ordering a steak or some seafood off of you? You know what I mean?
I went to Three Brasserie or whatever that place was, and man, I had
Three Brasserie?
Yeah, and I had the chicken waffle sandwich. That shit was fire, bro.
Was that the shit you put on in the picture?
Facebook, yeah,
that looked dirty.
Yeah, that shit was fire, man.
Them fries look good too, yo. I won't lie.
Yo, the fries were good, bro.
Yeah, they look good.
Fries are fire, man.
I checked the cut on those and everything, yo. I'm like, yeah, those were done just right. I'm a connoisseur for that shit. Yo, you know what the title was for us back in the day? JFJ. When he talks about he would do those Burger King runs for me, he didn't tell you how many times a week, yo.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, you guys think it's funny, eh? Yeah, like 2-3 times a week is Burger King.
But watch my younger brother, the same Harvey's I'm talking about, right? I explained to everybody who don't know what Harvey's is, the procedure. You walk in, you order. Yeah, Harvey's, not Harvey's.
No, I think you said
no, Harvey's.
Not Arby's, Harvey's.
No, Harvey's. HARDEES.
That's your shit. Our shit is Harvey's.
Okay, all right. Oh, I never.
You know, that's what we got up in Canada.
That's what's up, man.
So my brother would frequent this place so fucking much, right? That he would walk in, not at the cashier, and just walk to the end. Walk to the end.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They know what he wants. They know his toppings and everything. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, that is correct.
I don't know if that's wicked or if that's sick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when you're a boss, bro.
That's boss.
And also shout out to White Castle. I'm passing them all the time now. I'm in New
White
Jersey,
Castle is fire.
Yeah.
You trying to get some free burgers? You shouting out on our show to White Burgers or what?
No.
White Burgers. Sorry, White Castle.
They send White Burgers. Yeah, they send that shit over here, bro. Never been to White Castle, but
I've been there. I had it when I went to Nashville.
Gotcha. So when you come to the U.S., go to White Castle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I will.
First thing you go to is White
Castle is highly overrated.
Ooh. See,
coming from a Canadian, Canada started some fire.
Yellow. Now that is some hate. White Castle is fire.
White Castle was
He said it to be contradictory, man. He doesn't even believe that, bro.
False. Highly overrated, fam. Highly.
Ding.
That's where Harold and Kumar went on a journey to go there, my dude.
And that's the only reason why anybody talks about it, because those movies were hilarious.
Yes, thank you.
We used to go there on those
rides. Thank you. Those
after the movie came out.
Yo, is White Castle's like Dick Ann's? Like they have those mini burgers? Is that what it is?
Yeah, so you get a bunch of mini burgers depending on what bundles you order. Get a bunch of mini burgers, chow down on them. You'll be set. You'll be set for life.
Onion rings,
I have to give it a try because it is a landmark. I've been here for all back in the day. Was every fucking wicked rap song.
When you in high school and you out past Curview, White Castle is delicious. It's great because you're doing some shit you're not supposed to be doing. That's all. That's it. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That shit is highly overrated, bro.
Hey, Yellow, you ain't wrong. White Castle is the perfect meal for someone who's in high school. They leaving school, going past White Castle. That's a perfect meal to eat right after you get out of class. Perfect.
That's all it is. I've been a grown man since I was like 12 years old, bro.
It sounds like where you go if you're high too, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But like anything is good when you high though. Anything.
Yeah.
You know how many times I went to the gas station, bro? The gas station. The gas
They got one of them
station.
little sandwiches, right?
You
Like,
feel me? The
You didn't even
24-hour
check the
joint?
expiration date on the shit. Still
Didn't
tasting
care.
good.
Yo, delicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fam,
You
I
go
used to
back
walk
and eat
through
that
the
shit when you're
drive-thru.
straight and it ain't the same.
I used to walk through the drive-thru at Dunkin' Donuts, bro, 3 a.m. because we was high and drunk and shit. Like, it was all delicious. A coffee roll. It was delicious. We loved it.
Yeah, I had to do that walking through a drive-through once when my
You
son's
feel me?
mother was pregnant, man. It was like 3:00 in the morning, and she's like, "I want McDonald's." I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I went to McDonald's and I stood in that fucking walk-through and I did what I had to do. Pregnant lady wants that food, you gotta go and get that shit, bro. So,
But did all you guys eat like this when you were fucking licked that night with your eyes? Eat with
Eat
your
like-
eyes. I used to go to Kojak's.
man,
You remember
yes,
Kojak's?
bro. Yeah. Well, nah, I don't know.
I'd be
That
there
was-
4 a.m, man, just fucking bobbing left and right and say, yo, you know what?
Yup.
Give me
I
2
need that.
euros, man.
That-
Give
yeah.
me
Stevie
4
Wonder.
5. Doing Stevie Wonder. Give me 4 fucking tacos, man. Just, give me fries. Give me an extra sauce. I get to the table. Who the fuck ordered all this, man?
Yeah.
I can't eat all this fucking shit.
It'd be sitting right there for you when you wake up, too. Cold.
I fucking dump half of that shit in the garbage, man.
Oh, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was telling you.
Fuck that.
Yeah, I was
Too drunk to
eating
carry it home.
Yeah, I
That's
feel
breakfast. Cold, too.
you. All right, guys. So we'll get into the next topic here, and I saw this little video that I wanted to bring up. So
The other day, I was walking down the hallway at
Decent
Lakeview
video,
Elementary
so-
School to give a teacher.
Nah, I can't do this, man. What are you doing,
did you see this video? You seen this video?
It's nice, man.
All right, so check this
I was
out.
walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an
I
Amanda
hate
Gorman
Cadence.
poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration. I was so mad. I was told
so-called,
2
yo.
weeks ago at this very meeting spot, no politics in school. I believed what you said at this meeting. So at lunch, I went up to my principal to tell him about the BLM poster and that I
Bitch is
wanted
way
it
too loud
down.
right now.
He said it's not coming down. I was like, yeah, it is, because the school board said on May 25th,
like,
no
yeah, it
BLM or
is.
politics in school. He said, that's weird. They were the ones who made them. I was stunned. When I was here 2 weeks ago, you told us to report any BLM in our schools. Apparently, you know they're in our schools because you made the signs. I said there should be no BLM in schools, period. It does not matter the color you make the posters and the font you use. We all understand the meaning. It is a political message about getting rid of police officers, rioting, burning buildings down while King Governor Welch just sits on his throne and
Holy
watches.
shit.
We all know. Changing the
Hey,
font or
those
the
are
color of
parents.
posters does not change
Yo,
the
I
meaning.
love that.
I
I
am
love that
9
we
years
all
old and
know.
I know that. You expect me to believe that you did not know what you were doing by making these posters? Come on, people. I do not judge people by the color of their skin. I don't really care what color their hair, skin, or eyes is. I judge by the content or the way they treat me. MLK said, I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That dream has come true. I do not care or look at the color of skin, but you make me think of it. I have Asian, Mexican, white, Chinese, black friends, and I don't care. I like them because some of them make me laugh, some are sweet and kind, sporty, or share the love of God. They are just my friends. You have lied to me, and I am very disappointed in all of you. You cannot even follow your own rules. If you're going to do that, why do we follow any rules we deemed unfit or ridiculous? I'm not following your mask rule anymore then. Get the posters out of our schools. Courage is contagious.
Wow. Wow.
Now,
I told you.
I got something to say, Enzo. I got
Put
something
her-
to say.
Come on.
they should
Did
put
she
her
end that
Off
with-
the chest, man.
Did she end that with courage is contagious? Because
Yes,
did
she did.
Oh my god!
She did.
All right,
That's the poster girl for birth control right there.
Oh, man.
That's
Okay,
someone
now.
starving for some attention,
Oh.
yo.
That's
Okay, now start it off since you have something.
All right,
to say.
I'm gonna
Start
say
it off,
this.
brother.
I'm gonna say this. I know damn well she didn't write that shit. Her mom sat there and wrote that shit, so you better say this shit. She did not write that.
I have to agree.
She did not
I
write
have to
that.
agree.
I don't want to make assumptions, man.
Yeah,
I'd say her parents wrote that.
Yeah, her parents wrote that, told her to say it, because we do live in a day and age where kids are becoming a little bit more involved in politics now. They want to speak up and stuff. But this was, I believe her parents said, take this paper. At the next meeting, you're going to read this. You got to say it just like this. Just read it. Don't mess it up. If you mess it up, I'm going to slap you later. Just read it like this.
I'm sure they rehearsed. I'm sure they rehearsed before they got to school, in the car.
Hey,
she probably said, "Mom, they had this BLM shit on the wall," and the mom said, "I'm gonna write you a script."
She messed up just a little bit at the MLK part. I was like, maybe her mom didn't write this, but nah, her parents wrote that. She did not write that.
That shit is mad funny, yo. But this is why, like, outside of the political agenda, this is why kids don't respect grown folks, because y'all constantly underestimate them. She absolutely wrote that shit herself. She just been indoctrinated by, absolutely, no question. For you heard how she was saying it. She believes all of that shit that she just said. She said, "We know." Like, come on, bro.
Obviously
that
she's
baby,
bred, but I can't see her coming like
That's
that.
the problem. No, she been now all of those little catchphrases and shit. Yeah, she obviously, they were in the same way that they fucking spread like wildfire on Twitter. She picked them up from other people, but she absolutely wrote that shit herself. It's all a collection of shit that she hear her parents and all the old racist whites in her family say. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she spawned these ideas from birth. She's definitely been indoctrinated, but she absolutely wrote that shit herself and got praised for it. That's why she's so happy to read it out loud like that.
Well, I feel you. I think she feels that way, but the way she presented it, it's almost like she was reading it, not feeling it. You know what I mean?
She was reading it. She wrote it.
So it looked like it felt like it was written, but I don't doubt her feelings.
She wrote it. She wrote it. It's written. She was reading, but she wrote it though. I'm confident. These kids are fucking geniuses, bro. When you give them the space, it's just usually kids are wasting their time doing a bunch of kid shit. You feel what I'm saying? So we don't really appreciate it as such. Yeah, that's all.
I think it could be an old soul factor. You're right.
But that's the thing. Kids today are not doing kids things. They're doing
that's right.
They're doing teenage things at the young age when they shouldn't be doing teenage things, because parents today give them smartphones and not iPads for babysitting purposes. And what are they doing? They're going on channels that they're talking about shit like this 24/7, and you know what? And conditioning their minds to believe false news that are on these platforms. That's the scary shit. And then parents are trying to diffuse it, or parents believe in it. I agree with you. I think she did write it. She was reading it for sure, and she meant every single fucking word. The thing is, though, she said she wasn't racist because she had Chinese and black friends that made her laugh.
Well,
made her feel good, right?
That's their go-to move, though. That's their go-to move.
That's right. It's like me saying I love all black people because I watch Oprah. You know, it doesn't. But
it's more than that, though. It's worse than it. So it's like it's more because people be like, I got colored friends. That doesn't matter. You can be nice to them, treat them with respect. That has nothing to do with the conversation that you're having. And you're mad at BLM's. You got BLM all twisted for what the movement actually was about, right? Regardless of whatever the practices of some of the individuals or whatever the practices of some of the organizations or whatever it is, what the movement is actually about. You got that all twisted up, and then on top of that, you are taking this big, important, worldly issue, and then you're reducing it to like your interpersonal engagements and shit, interactions. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like it doesn't matter how much two people can respect each other if when you then turn around and it's time to stand up for things that affect that person outside of the individual that you know and love, right? You're on the wrong side of the fucking issues and shit. Like, it doesn't make a difference if you're the same person who goes out and says, well, if you comply, you won't die, then you clearly don't understand the situation that's at hand, then, right? Because it's not really about. It's not about that. And you can't ignore the fact that the reason why these individuals are put into that place is because of things that they had no control over, right? Those very same things that you choose to ignore about them are what is putting them in these situations that are undesirable, right? These situations that are unique to them.
Yep.
Correct.
But that's my issue with the whole colorblind shit that people have been trying to spin for the last 60 years. Since Martin Luther King gave that fucking speech.
All right, I sent you the link, Danny. It's on Twitter there. And Paul is in the house. I know Paul said he wanted to get something off his chest, so we will let him run with what he wanted to say. Paul, what you got, brother?
Oh, we're ending this particular video. You just wanted to start the video.
Well, if anybody has something else to say, they can. But
I just wanted to go back to what Basco said about kids growing up too fast. My question is, like, do you guys think, like, that it is appropriate to, because we talk about indoctrination, this child's obviously had, like, got some sort of indoctrination in her regarding what she's seen, heard, her parents, her grandparents, whoever talk about, you know, about BLM, whether that she's seen the riots on television and then that's been espoused to all BLM, like, or something like that, right? Or whether it's deep as what Yellow was saying, where it's like some racist uncle that's telling her all this stuff about black people. My question is, do we think that it's appropriate to have Black Lives Matter signs and signatures and the fist and, you know, the logo and all those things in a primary school? Do we think that that is appropriate? Because to me, if we're going to use the indoctrination issue, my thing would be is, okay, well, what is being indoctrinated on the other side? Because someone has to stop at some point, right? Something has to stop at some point. It has to stop at one side, right? Whether it's the white people that are like, oh, these black people and they're BLM and the rest of it, right? If they stop, right, they have to stop. Right. But on the other side, it's like, all these white people and their racism and all the rest of it, that has to stop too. So my question to you guys is, do you think that this belongs in a school? Because for me, a school is about education, maths, you know, reading, writing, learning history. And in that, you can learn history, actual history, right? I'm saying not the history that's espoused, but actual history. And you can learn from that history from your history class and go, yeah, really shitty things happen to these people, this people group, and we should learn from that and never do it again, right? We can teach that in there. We don't need an indoctrination to an organization. Right. And that's the problem I have is, like, we're talking about indoctrination here. Well, having BLM everywhere all over the place, right? That's indoctrination. Whether you think it's good indoctrination or not is a separate issue, but it's still indoctrination. It's a fist, resist, all these things, right? It's indoctrination. So that's my question is, like, you can argue. I'm not really arguing whether it's good or bad indoctrination. I just think it's really, I don't think it belongs in a school that's for education, and we can teach these things through actual history.
Like Thanos said, there has to be balance, right? You know.
Now, what she said was obviously
I wasn't
very tainted, and
that
whole thing at the end, what she said at the end, I was like, yeah, you're clearly, you know, you've clearly had someone messing with your like, everyone should challenge, like, what they, like, everyone should be, like, you know, making their informed opinions about things. Like, that's so silly to just say believe whatever, right? Yeah. But that's the other side of it as well, is because the BLM has a doctrine that they put forward as their belief system, and if people go about preaching that is indoctrinating people into an organization. So that's all I have to say about it.
I'll say this, like, if you're gonna have, I think the best times when you do talk about political stuff in school is actually in probably when, you know, always my favorite class in school was history. Because I took AP World History, and you know, we covered, you know, as we covered everything from the start to even everything that's current, up to date, Black Lives Matter, all those other things. When I took my AP World History class, but to have, like, science and political propaganda all over the school and stuff, I would say in general, you know, there's places for that stuff, and it's best place for it is history class, because history classes cover pretty much all that stuff. They cover everything from the past and even the current. They cover all that stuff, talk about it. And I think when they do teach it, they should teach it from a perspective of not, like, trying to push you to one side or this side. They tell you what happened, how it happened, let us form our own opinion,
Yeah.
Let us form our own opinion about this whole situation here. Because I remember like back in elementary school and stuff, you know, like the one thing I used to always hate every morning reciting the national anthem every single morning. It's like, dang, they're like programming us to they would legit programming us, and I hated reciting the national anthem every single freaking day. It got annoying. I was like, why do I gotta do this shit?
I agree with you because when we were in elementary school, we had to stand up every morning. We had to sing the anthem, and then I pledged allegiance to the flag. Yeah. And after 6 years of doing that shit constantly every fucking day, it's like, okay, really now? Like, I was glad when I didn't have to do it anymore, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
like,
same here.
And I'll say this to Paul's question. To have it in the schools, I'm not 100% agreeing with that. But if you're gonna do it, explain it. You know what I mean? Explain this. You have a little class or something like that, a little seminar to explain why you're doing it and stuff like that. Then I'll be okay with that. But if you're just gonna put all this stuff up there and not explain it, I mean, most people know. But at the end of the day, there's some people that I think really need to be educated on certain things, and then you don't get comments like what this little girl was saying if you're educating people.
But you see the same thing you can say about putting the gay flag in schools.
Oh yeah,
right?
I was gonna say
everything wants and everybody wants to push their agenda.
Everybody has an agenda.
This is the problem. Is I think young minds should be educated to be able to debate and to reason, and then they can make their own decisions when they face these agendas, when they have an actual mind that's rational. If we go and target them early, this is I don't say I'm not going to say this is about BLM, but it's target these people target children for a reason. It's because children are easily malleable, and once you set them in a certain pathway and you say anybody that says the opposite of this is hateful, then you get what we have now, which is the Zoomer generation who just calls everybody ists and isms if you dare to question an indoctrinated doctrine that they believe. You see? And this is the problem, is it's like BLM starts off really well. Where did it end? The owner now owns $1 million houses in white neighborhoods, right? That's how it's ended. It was also, correct me if I'm wrong, it was also infested with Antifa. It was infested with LGBTIQ people. All these different people sort of took the movement onto their backs, right, and then took it in a different direction than what it originally was going for. And we see that in the riots that were happening, where there were Antifa people inside peaceful protests throwing bricks through windows, these people dressed in all black, right? White people generally dressed in all black, because you could see their eyes and, through the bandanas and stuff. So this is what I'm saying is people use good-natured movements, and they corrupt them. This has happened since the dawn of time. So my main issue is targeting children before they have the ability to actually rationalize and think for themselves and be able to judge things on the merit of what they are, rather than targeting them early and trying to basically push them into a certain narrative. Because then what you get is you get what this girl is, because she's the opposite of the narrative. You see? There's the narrative BLM, and then this girl is the opposition. And do we really want to ostracize kids when they're that young? There's a great lyric. When I was a kid, the only races I cared about were the ones that couldn't win.
Exactly.
Right? Because racism and I know Yellow doesn't like the whole, colorless or, I don't see color or whatever. But when you're kids, you're taught this. When you're kids, you don't care if your friend next door is whatever race. They're just your friend next door. You don't care, right? You're taught this stuff.
Absolutely.
You're taught 100%. This stuff. So that's what I'm saying. If you put agendas in school, you're just going to get this whole thing. This is what you get. This opposition right here, this ostracization that certain white people feel ostracized by these movements or whatever. I'm not saying they're right. I'm not saying they're correct. I'm just saying this is what it's producing. It's producing more segregation. Not just BLM, by the way, other organizations. So I'm just saying, like, targeting children to segregate them further in the schoolyard when they don't even know these stuff exists, it kind of, I don't know if it's a good idea. That's all.
No, and I agree with you. And me and Gaishka are living examples, right? Because we live right next to each other, and there was no like, oh, this white guy or this black guy.
Nope.
It was like, boom, we became friends like right away. Like, you know,
Since 3 years old.
Yeah, since 3 years old. So, and you're right. And I've always said this: racism is taught, and it can be untaught. It can be untaught. I want to hear what Danny and Andrea have to say on this subject before I move on. So, Danny, what do you got to say?
Oh, I'm going to be very polarizing. I definitely think this girl got some issues that her parents put in her head. But as you know, I am a very stickler for following rules. If the school said it shouldn't be up there, then she caught their ass and she called them out. I ain't saying I agree with what she called them out about, but if they said no BLM stuff, then it shouldn't be up there. So they can't make the rules and say no BLM, then sneak it up there. So I applaud her for calling her out, for calling their ass out. Now, do I agree with what she said and how she said it, and the tone and the connotations? Because I think there's some little racism sprinkle in that. Yes, I do. But by the letter of the law, which I love, she called their ass out. So I applaud her for calling them out.
I feel you, man. That's another thing too. If the school said that it's not, and it was the school board, right?
That's
that
right.
Said they weren't supposed to do it, and then the school board ended up putting it up in there too. So I agree with you 100%. Yeah. Andrea, what you got to say on it?
I'll just say this, like from her, like I could tell that her parents didn't put her up to this. Like she wrote it herself. Like this is coming straight out of her mouth of what she thinks, what she believes, and what she's seen so far. And like, I'm glad that she called him out. But yeah, again, like her tone says differently. Like it's an indoctrination.
And that's the thing, right?
And like I like how I posted that link like a few weeks back and about the Out of Shadows. If you guys watched that documentary, Enzo and Roberto and stuff, like what it says in that documentary in that Out of Shadows, he put a kid in front of the screen at the age between the 2 to 8 years old. You have them hooked like that.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
That's the problem. It's an indoctrination, especially when there's subliminal messages that's going on. And kids don't know.
And you're right.
I grew up that way too. Like as a kid, like I didn't know these things until when I was like in my teens. Then I started looking at this.
And you're right too, because when my son was young, he was like 3 years old. I put him in front of Star Wars, and he's been a Star Wars fan ever since, right? So it's like if you get them young, you can mold their minds into the type of person that they're supposed to be, or whatever, like that. And that's very dangerous, especially when you have a lot of this racism and stuff going on.
Even the classic Disney movies, really, if you really look at the classic Disney movies, they're dark. They're really dark.
I think it's those fucking Teletubbies.
Like you put like
fucking Smurfettes and fucking heroin running around and shit, and making kids think that this is fun, you know.
like you put it in front of a kid like that. The movie American Tail, how dark it is. It has like a lot of Jewish hating in that, which it does.
It does.
You know that it talks about because it talks about Jews in there.
Is that Feifel or whatever goes west and shit?
Yeah.
See, I was when I was 4 years old. I was running around a theater like a little badass.
So was I. Like I was a kid, but like I started noticing about this. Like I started noticing this stuff when I started getting older and started looking at this. Like that's what I'm saying. But if you like watch like a movie like a lot of these old classic Disney movies,
Willy Wonka, man. Willy Wonka, I used to watch all the time, like thinking, like, yo, this is pretty good, man. And
like Beauty and the Beast,
murderer, bro.
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast. You have Snow White. You have like a lot of all these like Disney movies that have dark tones, and you put them in front of kids.
Fucking Augustus Gloop guy.
Okay, Josh, but he didn't technically murder them. He told them not to do it. He told them not to do it, and they did it, right? So that's not really his fault.
But hold on, you know, like you're saying though, Andrea, with these movies they were dark, but when we were kids growing up watching these movies, we knew how to separate these movies from reality. You know, like when I started seeing these kids fucking eating Tide because of some kind of test or trivial thing, that's when I realized that we're in fucking trouble. And there's nothing that could justify their beliefs. They have a thought pattern, and they have the freedom now because the government stepped in and doesn't allow parents to parent their kids anymore. So now these kids are just doing whatever the fuck they want to whoever they want. They have no respect. They have no judgment of history. They're just lost souls, man. But they all feel they're empowered now. But it's okay, you got to grow up just like we did. But we knew when we talked too much, our fucking mouth was getting smacked, and we shut the fuck up. You can't shut kids up anymore. So listen, I tell you some of this shit a good friend of mine's kid was telling him, and this kid has records and records of assault. I said, kid, if you knew who you were mouthing off to, not only because he's your dad, because you got to check some history on this mofo, you're luckier in 2020. Because you be eating more than soap.
Yeah, man, that's the thing, I remember my parents used to just look at me a certain way and I would shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's right. But it brought me up with respect. I hold doors open for people. I say thank you. I am courteous and polite. Now, did those ass whoopings do it to me? Maybe. Because I don't see, unless I instilled it in my kids, I didn't have to beat them to instill it in them. I was just very repetitive and
senseless.
No, but you know what? I'll tell you something.
Right, you just proved.
I'll tell you something, Yellow. It worked. It worked to an extent.
A lot that don't do none of the shit that you're talking about, being good, polite, manners.
But that's just me as a person. I know for a
fact that all of my every single one of my ass whoopings did not keep me out of them streets, fam, at all.
Well, those ass whoopings kept me straight. Ass whoopings, like, you can't beat every dog for a reason, but you beat a pit bull, because if you don't, he will control you.
No,
he will control. No. Wait, listen. Well, I mean it. No, but maybe I'm coming off wrong. When I don't say beat him, but you have to treat him differently.
Yeah.
And when you go and adopt a pit bull at the SPCA, they'll tell you that. Huh? Because of the temperament of the dog.
Breed, you have to treat him differently.
The temperament.
A little bit, yeah.
The patience you have to give this dog. It's not false. It's not false. Because I've been around these dogs all my life. I'm talking from experience, not books.
I got 2 pit bulls right now. You don't never hear him bark when I'm on here doing nothing like that, because I understand that you trained them exercised. Right. That's the difference.
You train them right. You exhaust them. Exactly. You exhaust them. But some people don't know that, right?
But that's some dog. People. Even those little dogs, you got to do the same thing. You just got to.
No, I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you there, Yellow. I'm sorry.
Respect.
Because you can't say all dogs are the same. They're not.
No, they are different, but they're not so different that you have to treat one breed entirely different.
They are some like that, and I believe kids are like that too. Some kids, you can knock on their door all you want. They ain't answering. There's some kids you see they want to answer the door. They just want the right person to knock. You understand? That's my outlook, and I see animals the same way. And I see pits like that, and there's maybe another breed, I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's only maybe 1 or 2 breeds I could say like that. How many breeds of dogs are there?
It's not the breed of the dog.
But you're entitled to your opinion. I mean, that's the whole point of the show.
Me personally, I kind of agree a little bit with Roberto, because I have had pit bulls as well, and I've had like 2. One was a male, one was a female, and my female was like, friendly, whatever, but she didn't play at certain points, man. And sometimes they'll test you. A pit bull will test you. As an owner, a pit bull will test you, and my pits have tested me a couple of times, and I had to put them in their place. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting around saying you got to go and abuse the dog and beat the dog and all kinds of shit like that, but you have to let the dogs know who is the master 100%. You have to.
I'll say this out of experience. For me, from what I've seen, I always grew up around big dogs. My dad, I grew up on my farm. My dad had like 3 different pit bulls, and the thing about them was that he trained them. That these was sweet dogs. They loved kids. They loved being around kids, taking care of kids, even watching me at times, whatever. And in my experience, little dogs like Chihuahuas and shit, They have pit bulls. Some dogs are devils, bro. Pit bulls are nice compared to like Chihuahuas.
You got that right.
It's all because of how y'all treat the dogs. Whoever, it's all because of how dogs have temperaments. That's the thing. Some dogs are more chill. Some dogs are more excited. That's a fact. But like, it's all about how people treat the dogs and what the rules are. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you say you gotta show them their place, you absolutely have to be the alpha at all times. That's a fact. But like, or else, and if you're not the alpha, then they're going to be, because that someone has to fill that role because of how dog socializing works. But none of that shit has anything to do with the breeds, fam. That shit is out of control. That's the same type of if you apply that thinking to people, you'll be out of your mind, fam. You are out of your mind.
Okay, you know, I can give you an example. I'll give you an example right now. Okay, you could take a pit that you never fought, because my pit has never fought a day in his life. My pit was trained to be a weight pulling dog, right? You look a pit in the eyes, no matter what pit it is. If he sees another pit there, he's likely to maybe not bite your face, but he'll lunge at you. You know how many dogs?
I've never experienced that.
Yo, but that's your dog. Let a stranger look your dog in the eyes.
Not just my dog. All the pit bulls that I've ever met in my life, the only ones that were ever acted any kind of way is the ones who were trained to behave that way. That's how it's always been.
But not, I didn't see that. That's maybe they're different in the state. Like I'm saying, I can't tell you, Yella, how you went through your experiences, but the experience
down the street.
Like I had my cousin.
It's the
bred
pollen.
pits.
It makes them crazy.
He bred pits. I hear you. He bred pits, sold them all across the world. Anzo knows them very well. He could tell you, you don't have to beat them, but with a pit, you have to more so show them that you're in charge than maybe other breeds. Because you see, when he mentioned the Chihuahua, if you look it up, which dog has the highest attack rate of all dogs? It's the Chihuahua, but it does the least damage, right?
That's true. Because of how people.
But it does the least damage. Like I see a Chihuahua, I think it's all cute, and he's charging me.
Right.
And I'm like,
I have one downstairs,
because it's a Chihuahua. You're not paying attention to the signs that it's giving you. That's what's happening. You're ignoring the sign. Whereas with a pit bull, you're more scared. So you're more.
No, I'm not scared at all. I'm not scared of any dogs. I'm good with all pets, man.
Whatever. But you think that he's gonna attack you more than a Chihuahua, so you're aware of it and you're watching out for it. Whereas with these little ones, you get surprised. That shit happens all the time.
Every time I got bit, it was a fucking Chihuahua. I got bit twice. It was a Chihuahua. Snuck up on me, bit me on my ankle. Like, I'm not paying attention to you. I'm not doing. What am I doing? What am I doing?
My brother-in-law has two pit bulls.
I'll just say that for me, pit bulls always have been better off.
Great temperaments.
I'm just trying to get my popcorn, man.
Because recently, you know, my auntie, she passed away a couple years ago, and she had this Chihuahua. And the Chihuahua only liked her. Now, she wasn't like beating the dog and stuff, but she loved this dog. She had it in her purse and stuff. She took this dog everywhere. She loved it. You couldn't get near her because the dog be so defensive, try to attack you. Chihuahuas, I think Chihuahuas just in general just very territorial compared to other dogs. Like
it's not the dog, bro. It's the way she treated him. That's why he behaved that way, because he felt like he had to protect her all the time.
They always want to snap. They want to snap. Every Chihuahua I ran.
I have to agree. I have to agree.
Dogs like children are a reflection.
But see, I'm not saying Chihuahuas
how many times I've been attacked by Chihuahuas and shit. Like almost tripped over fucking Chihuahuas.
Yeah, because they're raised by old
It's because
bitches.
people think it's mad cute when they're little. And they're going, oh, look how cute it is. Look, he's so mad. He wants to kill everything. And then they don't train him to not be that way. That's the problem.
I think they're difficult to train because, you know, like I've gone to many training schools, dog training schools. I'm yet to see a Chihuahua in one, you know? I guess people just tolerate them because you know the dog you're getting. Okay.
You haven't watched Caesar?
They just don't think that they because they're mad small.
Yeah, bro. I saw Caesar. They got Mitch. Sorry, I can't say that word. They got small complex.
But what
I almost used.
What I was gonna say is my brother-in-law has had two pit bulls because he just lost one of them. He died from cancer. And Lola, the one that in the intro to this video, the pit that I'm with, her name is Lola. This pit bull is calm, amazing around kids. I can look at her in her eye and nothing. It really is how the dog is treated and
how
what
do
it's
people
taught
act around it.
around the dog. Because to my point, the Chihuahua I have downstairs, which my father-in-law has, was my sister-in-law's Chihuahua. And just saying what K-Dot said, when she left the dog with him, when she would come home, nobody would be able to get close to her, right? Because she abandoned the dog basically to him. Him, when he was with the Chihuahua, he would go get him, like jokingly. But guess what? When he takes her out to walks, he attacks people. And he barks at people because he did that. He wasn't like that when my sister-in-law had him, but because of him and the way he is, it adapted to that way of being. But it's a bad stigma that pits have, because it really goes with what the owner is. And
thousands of pit bulls killed every fucking year because everybody's scared of them for shit that they ain't got nothing to do with.
But they're scared of them because of stigma, nothing because of the facts. I mean, like I said, I know people who well, I don't know them, but I bought my dog in a part of town where a lot of people raise pits or bred pits in Verdun. And I felt like I rescued my pit because I looked in that house and it wasn't the right place for him. They fight their dogs, literally. They don't fight them under regulations. They just fight them like, let them go, and then they bring them home. You can't do that. You can't do that.
Where are these regulated dog fights that I'm hearing so much about?
They're underground. Obviously, but what's funny? Because just like the stigma about pit bulls get, these fights get as well, because these fights are sanctioned. They have referees. They have rounds. They have first aid on hand.
Disparaging the name of pit bulls and now supporting or praising dog fighting?
No, I'm not praising. I'm telling you. No, you are confused. I'm there. I'm sharing an experience with you. I'm not supporting it. I don't say I'm there going raw, but I saw it. And what I saw isn't what people portrayed it as. Now, there's what I heard of in Verdun, where people fight their dogs in alleyway for hours on end, and then bring these dogs home with their children, which is like leaving a loaded gun on the table. And there's people who have these fights who run them on treadmills, spend thousands of dollars on first aid and, getting the dog in shape. And when the dog is near getting damaged to the point of death, they break him up. The dog does not fight to the death. Like, these are all myths. Maybe it actually happens, but that's not what I saw.
Gotcha.
That's a good one for us.
Hey, can I get one more? All right, one more traumatic experience. This was a Yorkie. Man, I remember I was like 5.
I was
5.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
5, and it was I was outside. It was snowing. I was trying to make a snowman. My sister got a Yorkie. And one thing is, my sister never took care of this dog. Me and my dad was taking care of this dog. Man, I was trying to make me a snowman. I was halfway done. Yorkie comes out of nowhere, tackles me, jumps up, messes me up, jacks up my snowman. I'm like, man, screw this dog. That was a traumatic, effed up experience. I was trying to make my first snowman, and that dog interrupted me.
Okay.
Guess what? Next year, that dog was gone.
And you were happy, right? You were able to make your snowman.
Yeah, bro. The main reason I was mad because I didn't like that dog in general, because my sister was supposed to take care of the dog, and my sister when she got the dog, because she was like, oh, it's cute, it's small and stuff, but dogs grow, and she didn't want to take care of the dog no more. And me and my dad had to take on the responsibility of watching it, and I preferred being with the pit bulls and stuff, the bigger dogs, because those are my favorites. And I had to take away time from them to help out the Yorkie and stuff. It was just high maintenance with the dog, and I was like,
Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. Well, with that being said, we'll move on to what
that's when I was in Tennessee, Perk.
Oh, okay. We'll move on to what Paul had to talk about. Paul, are you there? Okay, I think Paul stepped away.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
All right. So what did you have to get off your chest, brother? Go ahead.
Yeah, let's do this. So what I want to get off my chest this week. I've got a lot of stuff off my chest this week, but I want to get this last thing off my chest. Given that the person I was talking about earlier in the week didn't even want to mention me when they subtly mentioned me, but didn't mention me.
He did something.
He did a stream about Crowder and H3H3, but he kept talking about a follower who doesn't follow him anymore over and over again. But Lewis decided to subtly call me out with doing videos for clicks. So I want to. It's fortuitous that that Yellow is on the panel today, but yeah, these things people know what a lot of people know what's going on. It is fortuitous. It is. Anyway, what I want to get to is fake nerds, fake people talking about pop culture and things they haven't researched before getting on streams, especially people that think they're in access media. And think that they know what they're talking about. And this is a problem with access media in general, really, that a lot of people that do interviews for these movies, particularly when movies are based around pop culture, like Transformers or whatever it is, the people that are asking the questions don't really know what they're talking about, don't really ask pertinent questions to the actors or the director or the writer, if they get a chance, that go into the lore of actually what they're trying to think. Because Hollywood's about making a quick buck now off of a franchise that's already established, rather than actually being genuine in their want to make a movie based on something. But no, I'm going to call out Lewis particularly for this because he thinks he's access media. But this is a guy that because he was access media couldn't make his drama videos, so he would send me over 6 months, including. So we'll talk about it. He would give me video. He would send me streams that Lunga would do, and then give me timestamps for me to make drama about. He would. This is a guy now that's now calling me out for doing drama videos. I've done 5, and now they're mostly privated anyway. And he would send me basically the info to do these drama videos. But this is the thing. It's like people want to, I suppose, use what they see to be lower tier YouTubers to put out their drama rather than do it themselves. Be fake, right? Not be straightforward. Be straight with people, right? At least Lunga, and I would say this is probably the last time we'll talk about him. At least he was straight, and he'd say how he feels, no matter what the topic is, no matter who it is. He says what he feels about it, and he says it to their face, basically, most of the time. So, but this is the insidious nature of Hollywood coming out in access media as well, where these people that have these statuses where they are afraid to get cut out of interviews and movies with people, that they will then, especially if they're YouTubers, that put their interviews up on YouTube for the clout, which is what it actually is about, using other people to get their drama out, their issues out with other people. Instead of, and Lung's not the only one. Max Mandalorian was another one. Poindexter's Lounge was another one. He would send me almost. There wouldn't be a week that go by that he wouldn't send me a video or something to do on somebody, to basically gaslight them or put pressure on them of some kind. I don't know what the game was. Basically, he had a beef and he wanted to use other people. I'm probably not the only one. Other people to get that beef out. So that's the last of what I have to say on that. But that is my main off my chest this week, or I should say the last part of it for this show is, fake people doing fake nerd videos that they have no clue about, inviting guests on who actually have a clue what they're talking about, who are actually collectors of, like, especially Transformers is good. There's a good example of this last week. This last video yesterday that went by, this last stream, talking about the new Transformers movie. You have a person on who is literally collector of the toys and is a big fan of them, and you just spend the time shitting on the new movie that's coming out, and basically asking the dude opinion and then shitting on the movie again. So this is Access Hollywood. This is what they've become, and this is what actual people at the top clout chase after, just hating on things for the sake of it. And I'm sick of it.
And I can completely understand that, because I think John Campea used to be like that, right? I remember when I first started watching him, it was like, yeah, I'm never going to do anything, to go, that I don't want to do. And then all of a sudden he started doing shit like, like he's simping. You know what I mean? He's simping for these fucking people. And then
I fully disagree, bro. I fucks with Campy. I don't know why y'all be flaming him. Son is mad. He's too corny to be faking it, bro. He's way too corny to be faking it. I believe him, man. Go ahead.
Campia?
Good Canadian king, Campia. He's too corny to be faking it, bro. And he be wrong about shit. And I'd be like, well, you could easily just be right if he was faking it, but he don't be. He be wrong, and he be dead serious.
But that's the thing. When he's wrong,
I've seen Campia, like, when he's pissed off, when he means shit. Like, I've watched him for a long time, since AMC days too. Mm-hmm. I've seen him get pissed off, like, and actually mean shit what he means. Like, he doesn't. Yeah, I agree with Yellow. He doesn't fake shit at all. He actually gives his honest opinion.
But he has simped for some of these movies companies that have, sent him to movies. I can't remember which movie that he said he absolutely loved, and we all know the movie was like fucking trash.
He was more like towing the line.
Rise of Skywalker is that movie.
Yes, Rise of Skywalker, exactly.
What was
I mean?
What
Rise of Skywalker.
Did he like it?
I think he loved it. He think it was the best movie, like best Star Wars movie.
Of course he liked it. It's made by Disney.
And did he change his mind?
God.
Yeah, no, he did it with The Last Jedi too. When all the critics were like, The Last Jedi is genius, blah blah blah, and the rest of the fans were like, this is a piece of trash dog shit movie.
Genius.
He was like, it's genius, and now he's changed his mind. He's like, oh no, it's bad now, and I'm like, yeah, because you realize what? That no one likes it, like that none of these characters mean anything, like years on now, like or what? Like it's so simple. He could
have just been enamored by the spectacle though, because like I know all of y'all agree, but I really like when Rey shows up and hands Luke the lightsaber and he throws it over his shoulder. I love that scene. All right, so I know all you diehard nerds think that it's the worst thing in the world, but I think it was hilarious.
Well, that's
man,
the Last Jedi. Oh, you're
like you've never seen somebody get old and hate something that they used to love, man. What about every failed marriage? All right, I don't want to hear it, bro. I don't want to hear it. People change. Accept it.
No, that was fucked up because, and I say this all the time.
Not the worst thing in that movie, but it was bad.
And I say this all the time. People are like, "Oh yeah, well, people can change over the year," and I get that they can. But in Star Wars, Luke has overcome all his fucking, everything he had to do. He changed. He was a good person, and then all of a sudden now, to me, what they did,
he was always a good person.
No, I know that, but what I'm saying is, he was like forced, he was this and that, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, I don't give a shit, and he throws the lightsaber over his shoulder, and I'm like, listen, what you're doing with Luke, they did it with Luke, they did it with Han, and they did it with Leia. They took those three characters and all the growth they had over the original trilogy, they just threw them out the fucking window. Han had a failed marriage, huh?
What's your point?
But that's my point. It was stupid.
They disrespect every
right. Absolutely. So whatever. I still love when he threw the lightsaber, though. I still loved when he threw the lightsaber. See, that's what I'm saying. And that scene where the fucking the SJW purple hair bitch flew through the thing. That was a beautiful scene. That shit, it doesn't make any sense, but it looked dope. I could see how you could walk out of the theater.
It looked amazing, but it didn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Fam, Dominic Toretto stomped on a bridge and everybody praised him because the bridge felt like sometimes this shit doesn't make sense.
Yes, but you expect that in Fast Furious, though. You expect that shit in Fast Furious because they've been fucking jumping cars through buildings and shit. So you expect that kind of shit. They went into I don't know.
Nah. Yeah. They started off trafficking black market DVD players, bro.
Yes.
I'm not trying to hear that he's stomping on bridges.
No. They started off, but what happened was that what they were doing in those movies weren't making the kind of money that they were supposed to be making. So they changed the formula after 3, right? That's when they changed the formula and started to doing a lot of that over the top and Dominique stuff and Superman type of shit with him. And that's when it changed. And every series and every movie, they went over and over and over.
I'm sorry to interrupt, man. I gotta say
it's true.
something. Just please don't spoil it. I'm gonna go see it Friday. So
I'm not gonna spoil it.
No, I know. No, I'm just saying.
You saw it? You saw it?
Yeah, I seen it already.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to see it. I'm seeing that movie.
It's on one of my bootleg channels, whatever. Yeah, the special boxes there. So I decided to watch it.
Here's the other thing too. This is the thing. Like, I'm going to bring it back to my original point. You had this guy on a stream. This dude was feeding me freaking videos. You should make a video on this. It'll be hilarious. You should do this. You go, here's another longer video. You should make a video on this. It'd be hilarious. Call out this. Like, go to this whatever. And it's like this is a guy that was on the stream and couldn't even pronounce some of the Dinobots' names. Like, and I'm not even saying that I'm like a big fan of like original Transformers. I'm not even going to say that because I'm not fake, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I never watched the cartoons as a kid. I'm a Transformers fan of like the Netflix series. I watched the first movie. The rest of them are dog shit. Like, like I can, based on movies. But like the other things is like it's like this guy, he couldn't even do it. Like. And he's the one trying to say people should watch this movie because Paramount paid him money to review it or whatever the hell. Like, it's just like, this is a sort of fake sort of stuff. And it's the same with the Bad Batch. Like last week, oh man, triggered the hell out of me. I don't even care. I'm going to drop notes. Adam was on the show and he's literally a fan of it, right? He's explaining what Omega's about in the Bad Batch. And then you just get Annie going and laughing it off and then just treating him like a piece of shit. And I'm just like, do people not realize, do people that are watching right now not understand that he literally has no knowledge about any of the subjects that he talks about?
Mm-hmm.
Anything.
I've learned that a long time ago. That's why I stopped watching him. Even the other one that you guys are having the issue with too, and I don't drop the name, I don't care, Jody's Corner. Like, when I first saw his stuff, I was like, no, I can't watch this guy, man. He says the N-word way too freaking much, man. Yes. Oh, it drives me crazy.
I try to watch a Saturday stream. Him and two other guys that he has on there, they just are like, and they get like donos for like the first hour. Good on them, right? $1,000 streams or whatever it is for doing nothing. And then he proposes to put himself as a DC, like a DC, like know everything about DC, right? And then know things about comics. And he has all these like statues and stuff. And it's just like, dude, you clearly don't even know anything. Like, he didn't want to be spoiled. When people started talking about like Mephisto and stuff, he was like, is there demons? And like, it's just that it's just so fake. These people have built themselves on fakeness. And I never, like, I'm not like, it's like I don't come out and go, I know everything about this. That's why I have other people on my channel when I do my podcast. I have Mike, who owns a goddamn comic store, and Warren, they both like literally read comics. I don't read a lot of comics. So when I have comic news, I talk to them about comic news, or I talk to them about what they think's coming in Loki or whatever, what's accurate to the comics or whatever. So that, because I gain the knowledge. And people want to know about Star Trek, invite me on the show. I've watched all the shows many times and the movies many times as well. I'm a Star Trek fan. I know Star Trek like the back of my hand. Right, Mephisto. That's right. And but it's like this is the crux of it. It's like these people, and I'd say these people. Lunga loves when I say these people. He loves when everyone says these people. These kinds of people are the worst kinds of people for like nerdom in general, because they espouse, they think they know what they're talking about. They and then they bring on guests who actually know what they're talking about, and they just shit all over them. And like, go, this movie's going to be shit, this is going to be shit, whatever it is. And it's like, dude, is this your content? Is this really the kind of quality content you want to have? Like, it pisses me off. And that's why I just couldn't stop. I couldn't watch it anymore. I agree. I got to the end where I couldn't even watch Andy anymore, because it was just, that's what he would do. He'd just bring people on. Like, he got this guy, right? Here's an example of this, right? The last example I'll give. This guy on Twitter, and it's on my show, Lunga. I'm not making it. It's on my show. This guy on Twitter, he like calls out. He basically says Indiana Jones 5 is going to be garbage, and he gives 4 reasons why. He's old as hell. Like, it's produced by Kathleen Kennedy. The writer is like the same writer of some other god awful movie. I forget now.
It was Solo.
Solo, yeah. So god awful. and like generic, and I can't remember the fourth reason. Anyway, Andy, it goes viral because the director calls him out, and he thinks that he's Access Media or something. With this big back and forth, and he has him in a show, and I literally watched it for an hour. He just berates this guy for his opinion. He's like, "You haven't seen the movie yet." I'm like, "This is what you do every week, though, man. You literally like." Do expositions on things that you haven't seen based on a trailer or something and say whether it's garbage or not. He literally did it this week gone by with Transformers. He's like, I don't think this is going to be good. Like, people have opinions without watching the movie. You know? Like,
Absolutely.
every time. In all of nerdom, people have opinions based not on the movie. But he literally put this guy on the stream to get this is real clout chasing because he saw it go viral. He invited that dude onto his stream and then he just berates him for an hour and a half about how bad he is. And that's content.
He did the same thing with Robert Storms, right? The minute Robert Storms had that fucking Parasite video, he reached out to Robert right away. Yeah, come on the show and this and that. And I wasn't streaming with Rob at the time. I was just watching him. And I was like, oh, Rob shouldn't go on the show. He shouldn't do it. But I went on and he talked his stuff and shit. But you could see that he was just like being a real prick to Rob at the time. And I was just like, man, you know, fuck this guy.
Clickbait, man.
Wait, who?
Well, I mean, look,
Robert
I'll
Storms.
say.
No,
You
no.
must
obviously.
Andy had him on.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna
he
say
was like
this.
trashing him because he had a
Conflict of opinion
bad
of the movie.
opinion or good opinion about Parasite.
You've
You've never seen Rob's Parasite video?
I don't know that guy. I don't know who that. I'm not even. This YouTube thing is brand new to me. I don't know nothing about none of you motherfuckers and none of the shit y'all do or who y'all connected with or who beefing with who. Like I don't know nothing about none of that shit. So all of this shit is like, you know what I mean?
That's good,
A lot of people are. I just want to know if he had a good opinion or bad opinion about Parasite because I saw Parasite. So
well, his opinion, he didn't. When he did the video, he didn't see the movie, right? But he was mad. He was mad because Joker won. He was mad because Joker didn't win, right?
He was mad that Joker didn't win.
But that wasn't really the main point of his. The main point was Parasite won best foreign movie, and he was it shouldn't be nominated for best movie. He's like, if a movie wins best foreign, they shouldn't be nominated for best picture, right? Either one or the other. That was his main. That was his main choice. Yeah,
I agree with him. Everyone's saying he was racist and stuff, and I was like, at the end of the day, the Oscars don't mean anything anyway. But like, I was like, he's not racist. He's just putting a point out there because I happen to agree with him. I don't think it should have won Best Picture that year either. It's a good film. Don't get me wrong, but it wasn't. That wasn't the best film that year. Like,
it wasn't the message; it was more so the execution. I think.
Yeah. Well, he said he was drunk or something too. I'm like, why did you get on stream drunk?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely exclusionary. It's definitely because they speak a different language. We shouldn't give them Best Picture. Like it's definitely exclusionary. There's no way around that. But
I don't think so because there is best foreign film. That category exists for a reason.
Yeah, but it might also be the best film.
And we all it wasn't.
Right,
it definitely was not the best
but this was his point. This was his point. It's like, okay, so if you're gonna nominate it for best film, then give another movie a chance to win best foreign film, right? Or if you're gonna nominate it for best foreign film, then put another movie into the best movie picture because basically best foreign film is like the best foreign film, whatever. It's automatically the best foreign film. But he's like, if you're going to do that, then put it as best picture only, because even if it wins, it's still going to be probably considered best foreign picture as well, because it's a foreign picture.
Well, it was
you know what I mean?
It was similar to like The Lion King and
right.
Because those were,
yes.
You know what I mean?
And he said this, and that's what I'm saying. He said the same thing about the animation, right? He said, if you're going to win for best animation, if it wins best animation, then it shouldn't win. So he was being like fair with it. He wasn't saying just because it was Parasite, but because in the video when he was drunk, he said United States of a fucking America, right?
I think you can't say that. If you say that, you're racist immediately.
Yeah.
But then isn't it weird then? Well, you're definitely exclusionary. But isn't it weird then if, like, let's say it wins, if an animation picture wins Best Picture and it doesn't win Best Animated Picture, then it's like, because it's clearly the best animated picture, but you're just like, Now,
That's what he
now,
has is
now whoever
nonsense.
wins best animated picture is clearly the second best animated movie. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Bro.
are you really the winner?
The only Oscar that Spotlight won was Best Picture. It didn't win Best Director. It didn't win Best Writer. It didn't win Best Actor. It only won Best Picture that year. So it's like, how is it the Best Picture if it didn't have the Best Director, Writer, or any of that stuff? It's nonsense, man. It's nonsense. The Academy.
I mean, it's clearly nonsense.
I'm going to add this in, but I'm curious to know how you got the link, Langa.
Paul sent it to me.
I sent it to him.
Oh, okay. No, because no one told me, right?
I'll leave if you don't want me here.
No, it's fine. It's fine because they're talking about you, so that's fine. But
I was trying to talk. Like,
damn, we almost have a football team.
Okay, no problem.
I did want to say something on the Robert thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I saw the Robert video. My only issue with it is that I wish Robert watched Parasite before making that video.
Yeah,
I really think he should have watched it.
I agree.
Because I see what he was saying, but to like it's like
then based on what he's saying, he didn't have to watch it. Based on what he's saying, it doesn't matter if he saw it or not.
No.
Because if he would have watched it,
Okay, yeah, yellow. This was the thing about it. He was saying Joker should have got that, even though he didn't see Parasite, because Parasite probably was better than Joker. I didn't see Parasite, but he should have watched it at least before saying this movie should have got this award and then watch his.
You have to watch all of them. You have to watch every single Best Picture, which I did that year, to make a judgment on what the Best Picture was.
You should have watched
that was the best.
Before trying to say Joker should have got it. I'm not saying Parasite is better than Joker because I haven't seen Parasite, but for me, I wanted Joker to win Best Picture of 2019 that year.
I wanted 1917 because it was the best executed film. But whatever.
Man, 1917 put me to sleep.
Oh my God! Come on, man!
I'll give you wait. I'll be fair. 1970 has some beautiful green grass. That was some of the most beautiful green grass.
It had good action. It was shot like Birdman, but with like, oh man, now you're gonna get me.
It was boring. I fell asleep, bro. I was in the theater. I fell asleep. Up at the end. 1917 put me to sleep. I was bored. I'm sorry.
That's fine, man. I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you retired that day. That's what I'd say.
Well,
I was wide awake.
Ford vs. Ferrari was really good too. I would have gave that.
Let me say this real quick, Lunga. Welcome to the channel. Your first time on. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Sorry, I didn't want to make it sound like I didn't want you on there. I just didn't know that you were coming on, and Paul explained to me, so it's fine. Did you have anything you wanted to say, or?
Yeah, I just asked because if I don't try to force my way on the streams if people.
No, it's quite all right, man. Quite all right. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
Well, no. I mean, I guess this discussion was about a certain reporter, a certain nerd reporter.
You can say his name. You can say his name.
I have no problem saying Lewis's bitch ass name. I'm sorry. Is there language filter on here?
Whatever you want.
Listen, channel. You can say whatever the bitch ass comment.
I've been holding it. No, because I've been holding that in for a long fucking time. Only because I have never said one fucking mean thing about this man ever. I have never said anything about him at all. And now the shit he was pulling, I knew he was pulling the shit. You could ask Yellow because I was telling this kind of feels bad. Yellow's, I think you're being a little paranoid. I'm like, I kind of know what's going on.
I don't know nothing about anything that happens outside of what happens on the live stream. I don't know shit about no behind the scenes, nothing.
He doesn't exist behind the scenes. But
I'm a fucking AI.
But I know I'm not dumb. I know when people are being shady. But here's when you boil it down to this guy, because I started going on his stream when this guy had his 15,000 subs and 3 people watching. Okay, I was on there trying to help him get people to watch, and we were having fun. We were having a good time with other people, this and that. And he would always complain about how, man, there's no one watching. They're always watching all these other channels. They don't care about. I'm sitting here busting my butt doing these interviews with people, and no one's watching. I go, because no one watches YouTube for interviews with people. That they go on web. They don't. That's not what they watch it for. They watch it for entertainment. But he was complaining about this thing the whole time. The man does not know anything about. If we're talking about nerd stuff, he's a fake nerd. The name of his show being Nerd Report is a lie. Andy is a fake nerd. These are cinephiles. They're people who like movies. Okay, and I get it. I can respect it. But don't sit here and pretend to be a nerd. I'm this big Star Wars fan. No. You are a cinema fan. That's why you only like the original trilogy, because you were just a cinema fan, not because you're a Star Wars fan. Stop talking. You have member berries because you grew up. You remember being a kid in the 80s and you had the toys and you like this stuff and this and that, blah blah blah. But it doesn't mean you're a Star Wars. There's lots of sci-fi stuff or stuff like that I watched as a kid that I wasn't a big fan of. I just remember it fondly because I remember that when I was a kid. But I don't claim to be a fan of that stuff unless I truly am a fan of that stuff. It's all fake. It's all nonsense. It's all for clicks. He would get mad every single day about stuff, about people not watching and not coming on, and he was always trying to find whatever hook he could get just to get people to watch. Okay? And when he started taking all of us off is when Andy told him, stop having these guys on there. You can't have all these people on there because they don't listen. They're not good for the show. And that's why all the shit started changing. Okay? The moment whatever Andy says, he did. And if that meant dropping me, dropping other people, being ignorant about it, or at least not even ignorant, he's basically pussy about it. He's fucking low-key, like, you know what, say it to my face. How about those times I texted you, Lewis, and said, hey, man, everything cool? Oh, yeah, everything's good. Hey, Lewis, you don't invite me anymore.
He's not watching, yeah.
You don't, it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. Respect. I don't want anyone claiming that I'm not talking to his ass, because if you watch it, I am talking to his ass.
All right.
Okay. How about all the times I texted you and said, "Is everything okay?" Oh yeah, everything's cool. How about this, Lewis? Wait, you don't have me on no more? Why? Because is Andy giving you problems? No. I have whoever I want on my show, but never fucking invite, right? And then doing shit on the low key behind my back and shit. No. Now listen, it's a bunch of fake ass fucking bullshit. Okay, the guy interviews people, and that's the only thing he fucking does is interview people, and because of that, he thinks he's something fucking big when he isn't.
I do have to disagree with you. I don't know who you guys are talking about, what you guys are talking about, but the one thing I will say is that people doing interviews is going to be the new wave with YouTube. I mean, look at the Fresh and Fit podcast, look at Joe Rogan, look at, people do want to see interviews. It is a big thing.
Yeah, but you got to ask questions.
People want to see interviews. You have people who are established personalities.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what he does, so I can't make a comment on that. But
you're talking about established, and I had this argument with him. He's like, oh, all the people, you want to keep going to different podcasts, Twitch, all these different things. He's like, oh, people grow on there. I'm like, no, you have to grow on YouTube first. These other people that grow on these other places grew on YouTube first, and they brought an existing audience to these other platforms. And he thinks just the fact that he interviews celebrities, that's going to get attention. I'm like, no, it's also the person interviewing this celebrity, not just the celebrity themselves.
Well, like you said,
Joe Rogan is a name. People have known Joe Rogan for 20 years.
Oh yeah,
literally,
30 years.
This is what they
long.
Yeah, exactly. It's and like the irony is they turn around and call me a clout chaser. That's the irony of it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was your people's when it was cool. Now all of a sudden it's not cool no more. Now it's fuck them. I don't know. It's interesting.
He's got a point.
My people's for what?
That was your people's.
I stayed silent for 2 months, man. 2 months. I stayed silent. I showed the dates, man. I showed the dates in that stream.
Here,
how long I didn't say anything at all.
And I'm not doing this to pick a fight with you, Paul, at all. You were doing watch parties with us with Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
And then you just suddenly stopped, not a word, and you started doing them with Lewis. You didn't even send me a message, Paul.
That's true. But I can say hand in the air that I didn't get messages to ditch you or anything like that. I just switched over because not for cloud or anything like that. It was that there are other people there like Mike and Jess and Tyler who are now on the thing, right? That I just talk to about afterwards as well. But yeah, then that's all the reasons. That's the only reason why.
You get what I'm saying? He was getting more views on his channel with it. Sorry, I don't want to dominate the conversation.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Well, One Division, he was getting a lot more views. Like, he got 16K one night, he told me after the stream. It's not, like, I never thought it, like, I can say this, and people can believe me or not, I never thought about the views with that stuff. It was just conversing and, like, basically conversating with many other people. And you know what happened, Lunga? As soon as the thing happened in the background with Jody, like in that last, I think it was like Falcon and Winter Soldier was there the whole time. Tyler was there the whole time. Like we were all like there, right, for every single watch party. And then Jody wanted to come on, and this is where Lunga's right. This is where I'm right. This is where we're all correct when we say this stuff. As soon as Jody was on there and Annie was on there in that last episode for the watch party, none of us got answered. None of us for the whole time. And then we were off. We were on there once Jody left. And that's what it's about. That's true clout chasing, right? Mm-hmm. That's true clout chasing.
And that's what he's done. 100%.
And I had a question. Sorry, Longa. Just let me ask this question real quick.
Sorry, go ahead.
And I'm just gonna, just put out there, play devil advocate, whatever, because I'm asking a question. But it was for Paul. I was like, Paul, so when these guys were sending you the videos, right, and say you should do a video on this, why did you do it? That's the question I wanted to.
Oh no, the Jarbo ones I did a video on because I like I said this in my stream. I will call out people's hypocrisy. This is what I did with. This is exactly what I did in that stream about Lewis and Andy. I held on to all those things for a long time, right? Until I was free of a lot of stuff that was happening in my personal life at the time as well that affected me. So when I was like free of that, and I started, like I said previously, I saw last week's stream with Andy, and I had to turn it off because I was just that pissed. Right. And it kept eating at me. And then and I was just like, I am done. And that's when I decided to do it. And then MSK is like, I want to talk about this stuff again because people were asking questions. And I wasn't even going to do any of my stream, right? I wasn't going to do any of that. And then Andy decided to come on and gaslight me, use my mental health against me, all these things. You can watch the stream on MSK's.
I've seen
like all the stuff that he said to me, he tried to use all these things against me and play the victim. And Lunga knows a bit about this, him playing the victim. Not Lunga, Andy. And like,
I helped him when he played the victim last time. When that shit happened with Lunga, you were there to help him play the victim, fam.
Well, actually, we can talk about this here. I can talk about it with Lunga in the back room.
But you should probably answer the Jarbo question first.
I am happy to talk to Lunga about that. What actually happened there, because I feel like both of us were like this, missed each other and what we were trying to say, especially me in the chat, because I wasn't on the stream, so I wasn't talking to him, and also we were both like fired up. So yeah. Anyway,
Jarbo, why'd you do the Jarbo videos?
The Jarbo videos were because, Andy fed me information about Jarbo to put online. I can admit that. Yeah, because and I can see at the start, right? I didn't know this was a pattern. You see, because then it's the first time he ever interacted with me, Lunga. Like, you can laugh, but this is what happened. He was like, "Oh, you make a really good drama videos. You'll do like really good drama stuff." Because I made that first video by myself, right? The first one where he's like in the car and he's on Mad Max's channel or whatever. I did that without any of Andy's thing, right?
You don't see the coincidence that he had you do that right after he finished on the screen saying, "Jarbo, I don't want to talk to you no more, right? Leave me alone. I'll leave you alone," right? After
hang on. Just so I can get this timeline out correctly. What happened is that I made that video by myself without any Andy at all. Then Andy saw the video and he was like, "Oh, you want more information? You can make more video, right? You'll make a great drama video. You can be like Film Gob. This is the truth, right? I can show the DMs if I really need to, right?" But what I'm saying, I've got no qualms about showing his DMs. I've made that very clear. So I can prove what I'm saying is true.
That's scummy, yo. That's scummy.
It's scummy. I know. It's so scummy.
What kind of friend are you, Paul?
Yeah.
You know what you do? You just give out DB. Come on, man. Well, who does that? Who does that kind of stuff? No one does that. That's just mean, man. That's bullying stuff. People don't do that.
And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But when you do that and you DM somebody, you have rights to those DMs just as much as he did. So if you wanted to blast them out there, you could. And remember, Paul, when I told you that you need to get away from these guys because they would be like, "Oh,
yeah." You said this to me, and it was during that time that stuff was happening, and that's why I stayed silent, right? But I'll get to that in a minute. The other two Matt Jarbo videos were directly fed by Andy. In fact, him and Lewis got me into a call to talk about how we would construct those videos and how to make them better. Like, I did a draft and then they went over it like a producer, right? So Andy became like my producer per se. Okay. And he gave me the info. He gave me the DMs. He gave me everything to use in those videos, which are now privated. I'll say that. I said it on Twitter, but I'll say it here too. I privated those videos. They're gone. Right. Okay. Because I don't feel right, because at the time, I don't know how to explain this other than it was without sounding like, whatever, but I was new to YouTube, right? It wasn't for clout. It was basically because I looked up to Andy and I wanted to do it to because I felt like him. He was like he was trying to help me. That's what he guised it as, him trying to help me. Okay. That's why I did it. That's essentially why I did it. And also, Matt Jarbo anybody that knows him, he's a fucking hypocrite, and I don't like him. I still don't like him, like, right? But the reason I promoted those videos and I don't have them on a channel anymore is because what they were birthed out of was a lie. And then after that happened, that's when the patterns began, right? That's when the patterns began, like oh, here, Lunga did this late night stream. Go to this minute mark and listen to what happened, and then make a video. You should make a video on that. Then he gave me information about Mad Max Mandalorian because Lewis has personal vendettas against these people.
Don't even get me started on that shit.
Hang on, he thought he could use me, like Andy used me to make Mac Java videos.
They tried it with me,
right?
but Andy,
and I can admit that either one of you guys.
You know, you can say I was weak or whatever, but this is a huge personality, someone I actually looked up to. I watched him all through the Honest Trailers stuff, right? I called in on Screen Junkies Plus, okay? I looked up to these people, like, as a fan, okay? And so he used that to be a producer and to get in good, and used me to make drama videos, and then said, this is going to be really good for you. You could make a really good drama video. So in essence, I let him produce me and use me. This is the truth.
He says it's good for you for views, but what it is being his attack dog.
That's right. Yes.
That's what it is. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you the shit with Max, because everyone, if you guys don't know this Max guy, I used to be his friend. And we used to stream all together all the time, and that's when he started making his videos against Andy and Jody. And I had just started talking to Lewis and Andy at that time, and he was going off. I'm like, dude, why are you doing this? Slow it down. You're being kind of crazy here. You know, it had nothing to do with like protecting Andy or protecting. It's just like you're just being kind of nuts. And he thought Andy was making me do it. I didn't. It was me making the decision on my goddamn own, because I'm like, dude, you can't be keeping doing this kind of stuff.
Right.
After the split, after I stopped talking to Max, okay, and Max got all mad at me, and I was hanging out with Lewis, and Andy didn't know me well enough to come to me to ask me to make videos. He sent Lewis to me. Lewis didn't say this, but I already knew what was going on. Every time Max would be doing a stream, I swear to God, for months and months and months, Lewis was like, oh, look, he's streaming. I'm like, dude, ever since I stopped talking to him, I don't watch his streams. He's like, but you should watch this. Look, you should do a video on this. You should do a video. I'm like, no. Why do I don't want to do drama? That's not what my channel is. That's not what I want to do. I mean, I'll get heated, and if something happens, I'll speak my mind at that moment, but I'm not going to make streams dedicated to this shit over and over again. It's just not my style. It's not what I want to do.
Facts. And this is... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. No, finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, but that's what they're doing. They were trying to do the same thing with me, but I'm a hardhead. I mean, I don't want to, say... I understand people are fans of people, and they get kind of...
But hang on, you're an established person, man.
Established at what? I had 1,000 subs, dude. I mean, what am I established as? My channel at the time was 6 months old, dude.
No, Paul's frozen.
Yeah, Paul's frozen.
Dude, before I made those Matt Java videos, I was at 50 subs, right?
I know. The thing is, I started my channel with the help of Josh from Den of Nerds, and after a month, when he became a dick, I said, "Fuck you." I didn't care about the subs. I didn't want to talk to him no more. And I said, "No, I'm not going to deal with it." Okay. I will tell people, I don't care how big their channel is or how much they help my channel. I will tell them if they push me too much, fuck off.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't care who you are.
And to go back with that, that's what I told Paul. I was like, listen, Paul, you need to do and build your stuff yourself, because these guys will end up saying, you said
it to me.
Yep.
And then that was before. That was 3 days before I put out that, you saw it, you watched my stream. That was 3 days before he's like, remember where you came from, and tried to
remember where it came from.
Yeah.
And the reason why he couldn't pull that with me is because I never kissed the ring. That's why he can never pull that shit with me.
And I want to tell you this: the next time someone fucking tells you that, you'd be like, "Yeah, I remember where I came from. My father's nutsack and my mother's vagina."
Straight up.
I don't like to talk about my parents' private parts, but swag, bro, I like the energy. I don't really like to envision that whole thing, but I like the energy.
That's why I'll say this: even when I was messing with Jody and stuff, but I've been with Jody for 4 years, since like my junior year. Well, I started watching in my junior year of high school, so I started watching it, like actively, because I got introduced to Jody through his friend J3. So that's the only reason I knew of Jody. And like when I'm at 2,119 subs now. I hit my 1,000 subscriber mark because of me, not because people are sharing my videos. Because I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Jody rarely ever shared my videos. It was always me having to promote myself, and I never actively asked him to promote me because I don't like leeching.
I never saw Jody really promote anyone's videos.
Yeah, because
no, he hasn't, and he doesn't subscribe to the people that he has interacted with that either.
And you got to make the videos yourself. You know what I mean? You're the one putting in the work to at least come up with the content.
Facts.
You know? And see, look, I'm saying because this is the thing. I could have easily asked Jody. I could have been that person like, "Hey, Jody, could you promote my video?" And he would have done it, but I never did it because this is the thing. I'm like this in real life. I don't like to leech off my parents. I don't like to leech off of nobody. Like sometimes it's hard for me to like ask people for something. I usually like to, I don't like to leech off of people, and I don't want to have to owe people.
This is America, man. Closed mouths don't get fed.
No, yeah. To me, if someone's a friend and they want to do something genuinely to help you, they'll do it without asking.
Facts. Yeah, and see,
you're asking for too much.
And see, for me,
sharing, tweeting out a link. Tweeting out a link is asking too much. I ain't asking to sleep on his couch for a month.
Expecting somebody to do something without you asking is asking for too much.
No, but if they're
your relationship,
we're both channels.
You got spokes that. You got
I've got to say,
no.
You gotta say something. You gotta say something.
I'm just saying, if you've been rocking with me for 4 years and you not like help, if I'm helping you or you're not helping me grow. Then it's like, and I've been with you for 4 years. Mm-hmm. It's like,
I have to say something though, but what you guys are saying is what happened to me. I jumped onto this show because I've known Enzo since I was 3 years old.
Damn, and Enzo left you out in the cold. That's crazy, Enzo. How you gonna do that, son?
No, I didn't. I brought him in, bro. I brought him in.
It was a show that I was in the chat, and he brought me on, right? And then I liked the feel. I liked the people he had on the panel. Then other people that invited me onto their shows, and that's where everything. And then, like LDG was in the chat, he hooked up with intros and helped up with the stuff that I had no idea what to do on, and they all helped me out. And now I'm at 230 something subs, and in 6 months or less than that, and it's because of them. It's because of I didn't ask for it. They just we're gonna help you out. Do this. They gave me pointers, and that's it. I'm very fortunate, man, because I get what you're saying, that closed mouths don't get anything if you don't ask. Absolutely, but sometimes it's friends that you don't have to say anything. They just do it out of
especially if you're both, if you're in this sphere, you're YouTubers. Everyone knows the struggle. Yeah. Everyone knows the struggle. Everyone knows that when they were small, they wish someone would promote them. Let's not act like they don't know this. You know what I mean?
That's too much, bro. That's too much. I disagree. I think you have to, and if you see it and they're not doing it and you feel away, you have to then at least raise that concern. You have to alert people to what's going on in your head, because then you build up these resentments that you never even talk to this motherfucker
it's not
about.
resentment.
They're not even thinking about.
No.
What that tells me is we're just acquaintances.
I'm gonna be real clear about this. Like Saggy said on her, like in her stream that I watched, like after the fact, right? That I stayed stagnant or whatever, and he never promoted me. I'm not angry at Andy because he never promoted me on his channel. Like, I'm going to be very clear about that. Mm-hmm. I'm angry at Andy because at a time, I said this on my stream, I sent him a very large message, everyone's seen it, where I talked about how this drama that I had nothing the fuck to do with, I was dragged into, and then it affected me. Mentally, it affected me. Okay? That's what I was talking about. I almost deleted my channel and quit YouTube altogether during that week because it affected me so much. Okay. And Jody can say I'm weak because I got a DM from some goddamn mod from his channel that, made me, fear for my friendships or whatever.
Fuck him with that weak shit. This is the guy who's about to reveal someone's face on his stream because he made clown videos about him. Who's weak? Who's weak? Exactly. You can't handle a dude in a Mad Max or Mandalorian or Dr. Doom mask that you have to try to get here and dox him and put his face on the air. But you're gonna call other people weak. You're gonna call other people weak.
Exactly.
That's weak, fam.
Shit. That's bitch made shit right there.
Yeah. And look, I reached out. That's what really got me. And then when he accused me of being an April believer because I wouldn't just believe his word, that was another thing that made me upset. And then he accused me of having an extramarital affair with Jess, who I was just upset about because she got a goddamn fucked up tweet from some burner account from Jody's corner. We all know it was from his corner because they were the ones asking to take sides. I was angry about that. Of course I was angry about it, and I'd just be as angry about it if Andrea came to me and said it, or Mike came to me and said it, whoever, right? Because I was angry. And apparently because she's a woman, oh, she should expect dick pics, right? We've all seen these messages. I read them in order. I read them not out of context, which he tries to pull in that last stream where he subtly referred to shit about being me made up. I don't care about like his opinions on it because I was very blatant about how I feel about this stuff. I didn't chase him for clout. I didn't care about the clout. I thought he was my friend. Genuinely, that is how I felt. And when he started saying that shit to me, he wasn't my friend. That's when I realized he wasn't my friend and I was used. And it took me a couple of months to think about it after the fact. And then, MSK said, there's people asking questions. Do you want to come on a stream? And I showed it. I showed one particular thing to prove what Andy said to me. And he came in and blew it all up again, started gaslighting me again, like making fun of my mental. Are you okay? Do you need to get offline because you're doing all this stuff? And it's like
he says that to me too. He said that to me too. So, when I was talking about that Phantom Menace shit, when I'm like, dude, that shit pisses me off. He was like, oh man, just you need to get offline. You should just ignore those people. I'm like, you coming from a person who can't ignore anything that anyone says about him. You're gonna sit here and tell me I should ignore something that you are bringing up, and you're supposed to be someone that's supposed to be. I don't even want to use the word friend because I never consider him a friend. Okay,
more like an acquaintance.
Right, but you're gonna say you're friendly with me, and you're gonna bring up shit that you should know bothers me. That I didn't know about all that stuff. Get out of here, dude. You know exactly what you're fucking doing because every time you come in, it's about stirring up fucking drama. Everywhere you go, it is about stirring up fucking drama, and that's why he got yelled at on my show because that's what he came in to do was to stir up drama. It wasn't to joke around.
He got yelled at like he wasn't the one yelling. That's why he got yelled at. I don't know why that person yelled at him, but that's why he got yelled at. I know why. Nigga, you was the one yelling. That's why I yelled at him.
I'm sorry. I used the incorrect pronoun. We got it. Okay, pronouns. I'm sorry. Pronoun usage is a big deal nowadays. I yelled at him. Okay, not he. I yelled at him. Yes, motherfucker. I yelled at him loudly.
That's like when your mom whooped you. That's why you got your ass whooped. No, mom. That's why you whooped my ass. Don't try to put that shit off on.
You know what the best part of the whole thing is?
Best
part of the whole thing is I yelled at him, told him get the fuck out. He didn't leave. I kick his ass. He comes back in uninvited, and it calls me the bully.
I'll tell you straight up right now.
Yeah, Paul was on his side then too.
He's a bully.
Do you want to go back to the VOD? Because I can talk about what I said in the stream because it was delayed between Lunga's reaction and what I was saying. Like, we can go through this now if you want to, Lunga. I can go through this now.
Nah. Somebody else got some other shit they want to get off their chest.
It's not even to go. It's not even to go over.
That's what I'm saying. It really has nothing to do with the getting into the little nitty gritties of things. I thought you said something. You obviously didn't say it, or you didn't mean what you said, and that's why I put it in the chat. You got triggered already because you're already furious with Andy. That's fair. I understand that feeling. Trust me. And so you saw what I said, and you got triggered again by what I said. And it just went circular.
What he said, by the way, guys, was he was incorrectly saying I said something about Lewis, which I haven't said until now. That's what I'm like. I didn't say shit about Lewis, and that's why I got upset. At that point, it was A, defending him in that chat, and when I'm obviously fucking pissed at him, and B, said something about that I didn't say nothing about Lewis. Immediately, that's why I got that reaction from me, Paul.
Yep. That's what I said at the beginning. It was like this. We were both talking, and it went like this. Straight past each other because I think we just didn't see eye to eye. But I wasn't defending Andy. I didn't say anything about Andy in that chat. We can go back and look at it. I didn't say a single thing about Andy. I was talking about Lewis, which is why Lunga got upset.
Tangentially. Yeah. That's why.
And this is the thing, man.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say this is why. And I'm gonna say this. The whole thing with me. The whole thing with me and Jody.
Go ahead.
The whole thing with me and Jody. I don't even resent Jody for not, retweeting, sharing my videos and stuff. That's no issue. But I'm gonna say this: the reason I stuck with Lunga, Yellow, Paul, Andrea, MSK.
Not me. I ain't got shit to do with none of this, my nigga.
I don't exist on the stream.
Yellow gang. Let me say it.
My fault.
The reason I'm sticking with them is because, what I have noticed recently, what a true community is like people just helping out each other, and it's like not even asking the community to do this, do that, because I'm not saying I do it all the time, but I try to do my best to either retweet and share Yellow's videos, retweet and share Lunga's videos. I may not do it for every single video, but I just do it out of the kindness of my heart because just want to help out the community. So I remember one time, I'm giving an example. I remember one time when I was getting ready to start college and I had a friend And I had this friend, only knew him for like 2 years. You know, we're doing real bad, and he needed supplies and stuff. So, you know, I talked to some other friends, got them together, and like, yo, let's get this dude a laptop and shit. You want me for school? We all got together, got some money together, put something together, bought him a MacBook, told my homie, like, this for you. And right to this day, my friend still got that MacBook, still using it, and we still cool till this day. He's still looking out for me because I made sure to look out for him. He didn't ask me to do it. I just did it because it's my dude. If you're my guy, I got you. You don't even got to ask me because I'm going to surprise you out of nowhere and help you out. I'll surprise you. Because if you do right by me, I'll do right by you. Best way I can.
Facts. And
I'll be right back, guys. My Chrome is buggy. I'm gonna drop out and come back.
Okay. And I'll say this, man. We are all adults. You know what I mean? We're not all going to agree on everything. It's just not going to happen, right? But the fact that we can get off these fucking streams and still laugh with one each other and not be like, oh my God, this guy fucking doesn't agree with me on this thing and I'm going to fucking ban him from my channel. That's bullshit, bro.
That's like kindergarten shit, man.
It's real. It's
school
so
shit.
stupid.
But that's the thing that's great about
bullshit.
A diverse panel is you have diverse opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that it has to come down to something that's plain and simple: respect. Respect is the difference. You know, you have to. You might not have to agree, but respect it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem today. People, once they get that fever, they don't give a shit. They'll stomp on whoever it is to make their channel look bigger and get those clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad.
No respect, I tell you. No respect at all.
And to disagree and disrespect someone and talk about how they stupid because they liked a certain movie that you didn't like. Look, the Yellow just said he liked the fucking scene in Last Jedi. I think he's stupid for that, but I ain't gonna sit there and say, "Oh my God, Yellow, you're a fucking clown and this and that." You know what I mean?
But they call you stupid though.
Yeah, I'm like, how you just did though? You just did. You just did when you said you wasn't doing it. You just did. I don't understand what you niggas be talking. Y'all be so out of your mind. Y'all is so nuts for real. I don't understand.
He thinks he's a Jedi. He thinks he's a Jedi.
Y'all is crazy. Y'all is nuts.
My bad.
He definitely stupid, but I ain't gonna like say it to him. Say it to him. Oh, all right, swag. I respect it.
It's just at the end of the day, man. We all up in here.
But the other thing I'm just saying is that other people, like the people in the communities, can actually admit when they're wrong as well. When they're wrong, when they do a wrong thing. You notice again, not one time did I get an apology for any of that stuff until the end when he was trying to make himself feel better. So it's like. This is genuine. Like this is when you get genuine people that will say this. Like I just admitted here, not going to blow my head up here, but say I admitted to the things that I did in Lunga's chat, etc. Because I got no problem admitting when I do something wrong, and that's what you do when you are wrong. That's how you grow as a person. Like,
but the thing is, sorry, Anzo. But the thing is,
it's called manning up.
But when people apologize sometimes, right? Are they being sincere or are they doing it because it's going to make themselves look better? That's the thing.
Exactly.
Too.
For clout.
That's true too, 100%. And I completely forgot what I was going.
I guess for me, I would think once they get out of character, they're doing it for fucking subscribers. You know, they stay true to their game, then they are who they are.
Facts, you know, and that's the thing, man. Like. Once again, you know, we are all adults here. We can all disagree to disagree. It's not that hard to do so. You know, we're all different. And who wants to be on a panel where everybody agrees anyways? Like,
that's what I would say, man.
You want to sit down?
I look at this like sports, you know? I'm out here to get my point across, and after we laugh about it. Yeah, I'm not here to offend, and if I do, I'm man enough to apologize, you know?
That is correct.
That's the whole point of this show, yo.
And then the machine gun comes out. No.
I remember what I was going to say. Josh, just let me say this real quick before I let you go. Sorry. One thing, Paul, that I noticed when you were showing those things and you were basically breaking down things and he was ignoring what you were saying in those fucking chats. Like he literally like brushed you off and just went on to his own thing. And I'm like, a friend doesn't do that. If you're gonna fucking show some concern and someone says this, and this, then you're gonna address those concerns and then you go with what you're gonna do. But he pretty much ignored all that. There was that whole long paragraph you had. He pretty much ignored that whole fucking paragraph.
I'm pretty sure he can't read. I'm not trying to like clown him or nothing, but I'm pretty sure he's like, hold on though, because like I'm pretty sure he's like dyslexic. Because I think like
later on, he's like,
he also
you told me
ignored
about your mental
MSK.
health. He literally asked me like a week or so later or whatever. You said something about your mental health. I'm like, I literally sent you a massive thing, and then he tried to say on MSK stream he did a massive. I did a massive diatribe, and like like he couldn't be bothered reading it or something. I'm like, God damn man, like you're just proving my point. You're proving my point for me.
Yeah, 100%, man. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. If someone ain't gonna pay attention to you like that, or just brush off the concerns that you have, then it's not worth it, man. It's really
none of you internet cats is friends, bro. I need to say this for the record. Y'all, if y'all ain't ate together, got no money together, or been through nothing serious with each other, you're not friends. That's it. You just have to accept it. You can be acquaintances, you could be real cool, but if you ain't never went through nothing with nobody, you're not a friend, bro. I'm sorry to have to be the one to break it to you. I know you want to live in this rainbow and ponies world and butterflies and shit where everything is cool, but it is not. Because you don't know how somebody's going to behave under duress. You have no idea what causes people stress. You don't know how they're going to respond. Unless you've been in situations, you can't know that, yo.
That's it. I'm flying out to the East Coast because we having lunch or something, motherfuckers. You ain't my co-host gonna be talking about stuff like that. Just all you saying. We're gonna
right. And this is the thing.
I was about to ask it. I'm like, so longer you aren't friends at all.
Oh, he says this to me. He says to me. We're trying to say friend, bro. When I say we're friends, he's like, "Don't call me friend. We ain't going through stuff together."
But I get what he's saying, though.
We're still dating.
I can understand what he's saying. But I think there's exceptions to that, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm going to bring up the exception.
The exceptions are. I feel like you can connect with people on like online. I don't think you have to do this Jody thing where you're whatever the fuck. What does he say, Andrea? When you meet someone in real life, he says you're something. No, he says you're something. If you've met in real life,
you're a guy. You're a person.
No, it's a
terminology you use where you can't be banned. You can't be banned.
Yo, Josh gotta get something off his chest, man. Let him talk for a little while, man.
You're like ordained or whatever the hell,
just
like
saying anything
because you've met him in real life.
It's true.
That's literally what it is.
Like you're blessed or something.
Yeah. Like,
but for me to go back to Yellow,
I know what Paul is saying though.
To go back to Yellow's thing about not having friends, I disagree because I met Danny on here, and me, Danny, and Geishka, we all became real close, right? But we text outside of this thing. We talk. We're making plans where Danny's going to come to Canada next summer, and we can link up and stuff like that. So you can make those kind of relationships. It's just you have to be careful who you want to bring into your circle like that, because not everybody, like you said, is your friend. And I agree.
Y'all not friends until y'all actually meet up and like I'm saying, or you could go through something. Like if you online and you go through something, like me and Lunga, we've been through kind of a lot with this internet shit. You feel what I'm saying? Especially because like he's mad emotional and I'm so not. So I'm constantly finding myself in situations where he's like rah, and I'm like, yo, fam, it's okay.
And he just all like he's just
no.
That shit matters,
he doesn't do that. He just goes, I feel you, man. I feel you. That's all he does.
No. He just says, I'm done talking. That's it. I'm done talking. You keep talking. I'm done.
and then he goes to interrupt again when he says that he's done talking over and over.
Facts, but you have to go through something.
To say something.
You have to go through something.
Yeah.
The crucible. The crucible, Yellow. That's the word.
It has to be something, man. It has to be something.
Yeah, I agree with you. But like, I feel like there are people that like I am friends with that I haven't met in real life currently. Okay. So because I have gone through something with them, because I've shared with them a burden, like this last burden, right? There are people that I trust, okay? And to trust somebody, I feel like you need to be friends with them. You can't be acquaintances with somebody and be trusting of them. Like I trust some of these people deeply.
How somebody's going to behave, and I think because you can predict how somebody's going to behave, we mistake that for trust. That's what I think is happening in that situation that you're talking about.
We're pattern recognition.
Well, like that's why. Oh, good.
Yo, Josh wants to talk. Yo, somebody let him talk.
He's
got shit on his chest.
I'm not
gonna
lie. I am playing Magic the Gathering right now, so you guys can.
You can't even pay attention. Yo, wait, hold on. Let me get rid of this guy. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Man, this is like Slip playing Cyberpunk while we're doing D&D.
Wait, Josh, you want to go? Because I can go after you.
No, I'm good. I didn't even remember what I was saying, dude. What was I saying?
Yeah, because you're playing fucking Magic.
It's about friendships. About friendships online.
Oh yeah, friendships online. Yeah.
I consider Josh a friend. I consider Robert Storms a friend. I consider Danny a friend.
All of y'all are better than me then. That's fine. I'm a terrible person. I'm perfectly okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that.
8 hours go hard, Yellow.
Yo, I'm good. I'm good with it, son. I like it.
I feel like there is a difference between business relationships and friendships.
Absolutely.
And I feel like there are certain YouTubers that collaborate together. I'm not even talking about those other idiots, but like there are certain people that collaborate together, and it's a business relationship, and it's like you're like friendly in a business relationship. Then there is things that happen offline in DMs or in other things, right, where you talk and you get real talk with people, and they know things about you, and you know things about them, and you share stuff with them, and they help carry your burden, right? That to me, you can build a friendship of that. Like my best friend from school, right? He lives like up the other end of like North Queensland, okay? But the only way that we've stayed in contact is via the internet. So does that mean that he's not my friend? Or is it because way back 15 years ago I met him in real life?
No, that's different. No, that's different. Well, actually, I would say that there's probably a lot of things that happened in those 15 years that has altered the relationship where you may not be what I would consider friends anymore. But I don't fucking know this. Y'all have to figure that shit out.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, err on the side of y'all not friends in the internet. Err on the side of y'all not friends.
So Yellow, what you're saying, Yellow, is if you are friends, then you are, and if you're not, you're not. In other words.
I do get what he's saying. Like a lot of people I deal with online, I do keep at an arm's length. Like we're cool, we're fine, but I do keep it at arm's length. Like even the stuff when I would complain about Lewis or Andy or something when the stuff was going on, a certain person that's not Yellow because he doesn't exist outside the internet. I would say, I would bitch about this. He's like, "Oh, what's because I told you, they're not your friends." I'm like, I never thought they're my friends. I'm just frustrated. I can be frustrated with people. They don't have to be my friend for me to be frustrated with them.
Exactly.
As far as people go.
You can be frustrated with their family, fucking neighbor.
Right. But there was only one person that I considered a friend that it did hurt me when we got to fight, and it's why we still fight. And that's with Max, because me and Max were friends, and it hurt when all that shit happened, and I was upset about it. And I could literally say at this point in my life, there's two people that we're in a chat together in Discord, and then one of them's in his room that I can consider a friend. So everyone else is just an acquaintance, or we're cool, or that's about it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that breaks my heart.
And understand that acquaintance thing, because I say that all the time. Unless you're really hanging, they're just acquaintances. You're going to acknowledge them when you see them, but you're not hanging with them every day or sharing experiences like you used to back in the day when you could say that's my boy. I feel what you're saying. I think I kind of had that argument a couple of weeks back with these guys.
Yeah, you did.
Probably.
No. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I got shot down by the no gun. No.
To me, I say there's exceptions to the rule because, again, at the same time,
that's cool. That's cool. Exceptions prove rules. So,
me and Gaishka, we haven't fucking talked for years before we got back on YouTube. We had a few conversations or whatever, but when we were growing up, every day we were together, but I never stopped thinking he wasn't my friend or one of my best friends because
that's a bond. That's a bond,
so
that's like a blood brother bond,
Yeah.
But that's the thing, right? Like I said this in other streams, when my mom died, he was the first person who called me. Like we hadn't talked for maybe a year or 2 years, but he was the first person to call me. It was him.
Yeah.
This is the thing too. I would just say this. I just thought of this. I don't even care because it's a personal nature, but most people know because I was on Basco's thing when I talked about this.
MSK, man. Jesus.
$2 super chat.
So bad.
Never trust
Yo,
a girl
MSK,
that
that
can't
ass,
buy
bro.
me.
Your racism against black people really irks me in real life. Like, I really be mad about the shit that you say sometimes, fam. I just want you to understand how I feel. All right. So if I come at you crazy, just know that it was warranted. Your go-to insults for black folks is super white supremacical. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta relax. You've got to relax.
Supremacical? Is that a word? Supremacical?
That's right.
Yellow just called it.
It's from the Torah translation. You feel me?
Supremacification, man.
You should hear MSK's thoughts on black women, bro. Oh my
I have,
god.
my nigga, that's what I'm talking about.
I kind of went out there too.
I even was
talking about.
like cringing and shit.
Love you, MSK.
I want to prove this except to the rule. Like, this is what happened. So I'm going through a rough patch at the moment. Currently, many people who have followed Twitter know about it. I was on Basco's stream when I actually talked about this for the first time. So I'm going with a split of a 9.5-year marriage with my wife at the moment, who is currently trying to keep the children from me. Okay? So that is currently what's happening. And the person who I talked to the most about this, who had the most to tell me about this stuff or like help me with this stuff, was Mike from Rogue Comics, and I spent an hour and a half in a backyard of a stream yard talking to him. Okay, and this is a guy that I met online. So like that's what I'm talking about. Where this is where I feel like friendships can exist in the online world. It just depends if you give a little bit of yourself to them and they give a little bit of themselves to you. Like I feel like that's where friendship grows. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's why when we had that backstage, I tried to give you like advice that I could give you because especially when you're older, like me, 47, whatever, you're up there, we experience certain things and we know a certain type of people and this and that. And I'm not going to lie, the minute I seen Jody on, I knew what type of person he was. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Is that a true belief you have there about that older thing? You listen? I'm just double checking on that.
Why,
because I'm older and you don't always fucking listen. That's why.
I was waiting for Roberto to say something.
Oh, I like to. You know what? Sometimes I like being quiet on this show because you learn some things, right?
So that's the thing that was happening at that time as well, right? I was still living in there. I was still going through that. And I reached out to people that I thought were my friends. Now, this is where Yellow's comment does hold weight. Where people I thought were my friends who said they actually cared. And he even tried to say that about it on the MSK stream where he thinks he was my friend and he cared about me, etc. And he wanted to talk to me about the stuff. And I'm like, dude, you didn't want to talk way back 3 months ago when I was telling you about this stuff. I just was not coming out blatantly and telling you. I was just saying I was going through problems. If you had asked the question, maybe we could have had a conversation about it. But that's the problem, is that he didn't ask the question. And so we couldn't have a conversation. He said he just started trying to gaslight me and accuse me of things and it's just, it's all really, it's just really stupid in the end. It's a stupid thing, and it's dumb that it's like I don't know about dumb internet drama, but what I do know is like it's really disingenuous to put yourself out there as a person who's a proponent of anti-cancel culture when you've gone around and just canceled a woman because she dared to not want dick pics in her DMs. Like that's essentially what happened to Ashley. So fuck him, fuck his people that stand by him.
Oh, can we mention a straight out lie? Because he kept saying, he kept perpetuating. I had nothing done. I had not talked about these people. I blocked Andy blocked me first, but I didn't talk to him, nothing. And he's gonna flat out say Ashley was lying about him to me when Ashley did not say his name once to me in DMs or in voice. At all.
And that's what was getting me pissed off on that stream on MSK's stream on Saturdays. I was really wanting to come on there, Paul, like to rip his fucking ass because like, what the fuck are you gonna? You want to talk about friendship? You want to talk about loyalty, motherfucker? And you're over here like talking shit about Ashley said, making lies that she's out for drama and clout shit, and you have no fucking receipt, no evidence of such shit, just like Jody.
You know, my co-host threw me under the bus this week too, man, for because he chose, I suppose he chose a bigger channel to promote himself. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Like people are like angry right now about it on my behalf. I'm just like, I'm okay with it, man. Like it's okay. Like I kind of expected this stuff, but it's like, it is what it is. There are people that I've like learned that I can trust, and there's people that I've learned are here for one reason. And those people are the people I was talking about earlier. They're the people you have a business relationship with, and that's all it is, right? That's all it is.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Oh, we don't allow racist people on the panel.
Yeah. Racist people are not allowed. Sorry.
He'll trigger the hell out of Yellow. We'll hear the most from Yellow that we've ever heard in all of our lives. He will be yelling by the time we're finished on this day. I don't want to do it.
That's why I'm gonna say this real quick, because for me, after all this went down, like I'm still able to do what I got to do. Like, I'm still able to do what I got to do, keep it pushing, keep it moving. I throw my slick shot there, sneak disses and stuff here and there. Doesn't bother me to do it. I actually like doing it. It's fun. But, when I got into the position to choose an ultimatum that's going to affect my personal life, I was like, the fuck is going on? Like, when I had to get into the position to choose Ashley and my girl over Jody, and I was like, bro, don't even put me in this position, because I was like, you don't put friends in positions like these, especially
facts.
It's like
Who's testing you?
Yeah. It's like putting me in the position to choose my mother over this person here. It's like, bro, don't at least don't jeopardize my personal life, because essentially what Jody tried to do, what he sent his minions to do, was choose me over your girlfriend, trying to jeopardize my personal life in service of him. And I was like, that's not cool. You don't tell me to jeopardize my personal stuff, people I'm close to.
And I'm sorry, but if any fucking YouTube ever says choose your girlfriend over me, I'm like, fuck you.
Oh,
you ain't giving me no pussy.
And make it clear, he didn't say it, but he
implied it.
Implied it. It was obvious.
Bro, I'm like, fuck you. Like, really and truly, because I know at the end of the day, I'm going in that bedroom and I'm getting my wood sucked and I'm getting some poom poom, and I'm gonna do that over any fucking YouTube dude, bro. I'm sorry.
That's an interesting choice of words, man.
I love that.
So who are your friends? So then who are your friends, fam? You feel what I'm saying? Who are your friends then?
First off, my friends will understand.
I also want to make this clear real quick. And the biggest reason I stuck with Ashley these past, just to let you know, you actually made this clear. I was one of the first people to greet her and stuff when she joined Joe's channel. So a lot of people didn't want to, actually talk to her and stuff and actually bring her into the group. I talked to her, we talked behind the scenes. She's always texting me and stuff. And the first time we did meet up, I remember we was trapped in that storm in Texas when it started snowing and stuff out of nowhere. And I was worried, because I was like, we got to stay here for the next couple of days, and I didn't have no more money to cover our Airbnb. So Ashley, out of the kindness of herself, we didn't ask her to. She straight up did herself. She said, I'll cover the cost of the Airbnb for the next couple of days. I didn't ask her to do it. She did it. The next couple of days, my girl, Ashley, and, her ex, we was all kicking it, having fun and stuff. And I was like, wow, I didn't ask her to do none of that. She did that out of the kindness of her heart. And I was like, I'm not finna turn my back on this person. That would have been foul. And when I heard about other issues, that she was going through some mental stuff, I was like, just imagine if I turned my back on her and she was going through so much mental stuff. That would have broke me. That would have hurt me if I did her dirty like that. And I didn't want to do her dirty like that.
You can't do someone dirty like that. When someone looks out for you and stuff like that, you got to understand that that's real, and you can't do someone dirty like that, because you may be in a situation like that again, and then you're gonna have nothing because you fucked with somebody. You know what I mean? You can't do that shit. And I'm gonna say this straight up. Ashley is a good person, man. I've been on streams with her. Ashley is fun. She makes me laugh. She's a good person. So when I hear the bullshit that they say, I don't see that.
Yeah, claiming we're like being like.
And
this is shit.
And also, Enzo, I want to say this, Enzo. Like, I actually came when all this drama shit about like Crazy Uso, all this shit. K-Dot was there to test, because he eventually came into the conversation later. Ashley came to me about all this shit. She dropped everything, the receipts, everything. She showed me everything. We had like what was the cat out like a good 5.5 hour fucking conversation that we had by the time you jumped in.
5 hour conversation of just
like me and Ashley we're talking like for like 3.5 hours by the time K-Dot jumped in. Like she was dropping it. She dropped everything to me. Like she showed me everything, and then all of a sudden, like when she said that, she said that Jody was gonna drop like a specific live stream on that specific day about all that shit. Dude, I was so fucking pissed when we were watching the fucking live stream on Jody and shit.
Dude, right? It was just so many lies.
I was getting so fucking heated. I left fucking Ashley's, and I was like, I had to go cool down. It's like, well, I was like, all the fucking lies and bullshit Jody's like said and done. It's like, this man is a fucking habitual liar, like I fucking said.
Do you know we were actually supposed to hang out because he came to Chicago.
Yeah, you asked me. I remember. Yeah,
he came to Chicago for something. I think it was a funeral.
It was for his wife's father's funeral.
Right. So he was out here for a funeral, and we were supposed to hang out that day. And I'm like, yeah, let's go hang out somewhere, this and that. And then he's like, well, how about I just come over to your place? We'll just hang out there. We can stream together. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know you like that, dude. And my girlfriend don't know who the hell you are. She ain't going to let someone. We need to know, like, that's not how this stuff works. Like, to Yellow's point about how, like, dude, right. I've talked to you. I've had, like, maybe 3 conversations with Jody over DMs, like, barely, and on streams here and there.
We never, about to direct quote MSK and how he refers to Jody.
What? I don't know how he refers to him as. I don't know what he refers to.
You're like, we're not going to let somebody, somebody come into my house.
I just say
no.
I just say animal names at this point. I don't give a fuck.
No, it's not that. Let me give you an example. If Yellow DM me and said, hey, fam, I'm coming to Chicago, I'm going to hang out. Guess what? Marie knows who Yellow is. She knows Yellow quite a bit. So we stream together, she talks.
Confirmed, you're friends in real. There we go. You're friends. No matter what Yellow says.
She does stream the D&D with us. She's part of the D&D group. But anyway, but she knows who he is. She's talked to him many times, and we've all talked, so she knows who he is. Jody, she's never heard of this dude, and I barely knew him. It's like, nah, you really ain't coming to my house, yo. And I'm like, we're just gonna do this some other time. It's like,
and even that, why not just say, let's go out and have a drink? You know what I mean? Come meet me at a bar or something. Why I want to come to your house?
Like there was this what was that Patty Jenkins show she was promoting on like TNT like a few years ago after her Wonder Woman film. So Jody DM'd me after he got back from that party. He was like, "Hey man, you're like in Barstow. Where do you live?" I texted him my address. He came over, and that's why with the whole friendship thing you guys are talking about, this person knows where I live. I consider that pretty personal right there when you know where I live. And that was my first time meeting him. I met him about 2 times actually. So we had a long conversation. We've talked for like hours. I'm literally like face to face with this person, talking to him for hours actually. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I just don't like being lied on. Like, I mean, I'll say heinous shit. I don't really care what people think about me. I don't really give a fuck, honestly. It means nothing, right? But like, I don't like when someone knows what I'm saying directly and then lies about it. So, and then it's just little things too. Like during the stream, he said K-Dot never talked to him. That is a lie. That is a pure lie.
Mm-hmm.
And people make shit up, and that's sort of like the whole club thing.
I didn't even get to say this on my stream. I didn't even get to point out the irony of it. You know how he pulled up a fake text message from me to disprove Ashley's evidence.
Yeah.
So why didn't someone just do that about April about him? What would he do if someone did that about April about him?
He trusted on face value. Yeah, and that was Swag who made that fake DM.
Now the thing with Andy,
he swears that it wasn't. I'm like, dude, he's that dude. It doesn't matter whether it was Swakage or some other random fan or whatever. They were the only ones asking to pick a side. They're the only ones doing it. They're the ones DMing people.
You want to know who I really feel sorry for? Like, I know you went through some shit, Paul. Mm-hmm. There's nothing feel sorry for me because I told him, motherfucker, fuck you to his face. I didn't give a shit.
Lunga literally on Twitter was like, I told you so.
Yeah. No. Hold on. I said, I don't want to be that guy that says, I told you so. But... No. I said, but yeah. That's what I said. Anyway. So I didn't say it. I said I didn't want to be that guy. But yeah.
You're being subtle.
And yeah, exactly. But what the hell? What the hell were we just saying?
Who you feel sorry for? Me? Because I gotta sit and listen to this shit like, all the time.
Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. That's what a friend does, motherfucker. That's what a friend does, motherfucker. Anyway,
I've been very clear.
But it was like there's people here like on the outside, like Chris and Kev, enough said and stuff that
there's
are like
some other people who ain't no reason to say their name.
No, but I'm not bringing up personal shit or anything. But they're caught in the middle of this kind of stuff that they have nothing to do with, and they're feeling like ramifications for it when they're completely innocent, nice people have nothing to do with any of this shit, and they're even getting
stray
like
bullets.
Yeah,
like I said, keep people catching strays.
That's why I like these people are like these people are animals to me, man. I don't want to associate with these people anymore. These people are crazy. Like, who gives up IRL people they've met and they've had hours of conversations with over people on YouTube? I would never drop my real friends in my life for people on YouTube. That is crazy, man.
Especially when you got a 39 cent.
I saw this person. I saw this person go from Yu-Gi-Oh content where I still am, and I'm still getting bigger too, to where he was at, and it's just like, what the hell, man? What is this? Like, you're gonna just lie on me to 500 people like that? No, I can't stand for some shit like that, dude. I don't care what I call you. You're a piece of shit to me. You're nothing compared. Fuck him.
What's Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh.
It's a card game.
You play Yu-Gi-Oh?
It's some nerd shit.
You play Magic?
It's nerd shit.
Trash. No,
Magic is way better than Yu-Gi-Oh. But I did play Yu-Gi-Oh though.
What is Hasbro in your fucking room right now with snipers?
You know what I actually found? You know what I actually found the other day in my closet? It was around the time Magic was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I found the first Star Wars card game.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember that
shit,
game.
nice.
Yeah. I found it in my closet and everything. Yeah.
I have no idea how to feel about that.
No, I started with Yu-Gi-Oh! MSK. I played during Metal
because Yellow got some sticks and a rock to play with when he was a kid. He's like, "This is cool. Here you go. Go play."
One of those fire trucks made with bottle
and
caps.
Then I grew up and started playing Magic like an adult. Man.
It's just one of these things. Have you ever met someone who they have this idea of you, and then they don't really change that opinion of you though? They just think you're that image and what they think about. That's what some of those people were. You whatever image you were to them, that's who you were. That's all it ever boils down to. You can't change. You can't be any different. You can't have any different opinions. It's a bunch of like conjecture.
Apparently, that goes by what Yellow's saying, right? You have to go through real shit with someone to actually know who you are.
Yeah. But I mean, even though I've said nothing until now and I've kept quiet about just all this shit, apparently I'm at the center of some clandestine operation to take these people down. That's what I spend my every day. My mind is bent around taking these motherfuckers down.
That's what
it's
you
a
want.
slow burn.
That's what you want.
I'm Palpatine. I'm Palpatine. I am the
You invited Ashley on your stream, remember? Just to get back at Andy.
I know. I mean, that's exactly. Yeah. That's why it happened. I mean, they got me.
I would expect this petty shit from Lunga. Like, what the fuck?
This is one of those times. Even my ego says, "Y'all give me way too much motherfucking credit." Because I ain't.
The day after that stream.
Lunga's a true Sithlord over here and shit.
You're on this stream now because I told Anzo we needed more white people.
There we go.
Yeah.
But the day after my stream, you had people that are like, underlings of him posting up stuff on Facebook, condescending, saying like, alluding and being subtle. And it's like, dude, you realize you're just literally who I was 3 months ago. That's what you are right now. Like, that's all you are.
Oh, I saw that thing you posted on our group chat too. You didn't lose anything by losing him anyway. Let's be honest here.
That's fine. It's all good.
Group chat, the Whisper Network.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's someone you probably seen before. He's just he's young. He's gonna make these decisions. It's fine. But I was just telling Paul, you didn't lose anything having him anyway. All I did was just spout nonsense.
There's a bunch of YouTubers out there, so you can replace one with another if you.
Oh my god!
Oh my
god, man! I'm just like
they're replacement.
I gotta throw my humor at some point.
It's time to go to Mama's Geekies now.
This whole thing of getting off my chest is about Lewis because I literally could have done exactly what I did to Andy and make like a freaking 4-hour stream about Lewis and drop every single DM he did and expose a lot of heinous shit that he wanted me to report on, right? But I'm just kind of over it. Like at this point, after the Andy stuff, I felt exhausted after that stream. Like not that it was just 4 hours. I literally laid down on my bed and I felt exhausted by it. Okay, so I'm just like mentally, I'm like, it's all good. I've got what I needed to say out of my system. Like Lunga knew what was happening the whole time. Mad Max probably knew what was happening the whole time. Like he literally tried to feed me. I'm gonna say it. He literally tried to feed me a story about Mad Max wanting wanted to make up that people in the Phantom Menace were having affairs with people, like making affairs or whatever, and he wanted me to report on that with no evidence. He just wanted to make a drama video about it. Because he wanted to get back at Mad Max.
It's funny you say that, because you know what? He talked to me about that, and when he said that to me, I said, "Don't do that, dude. That's not news. That's not anything. That's just petty.
Yeah,
that's just petty. That's just being petty. That's not doing anything. You're what because he's attacking you for saying you're lying about nerd shit, which half time you are. He's not attacking you like."
It's not a personal attack
about your life. Exactly.
He's talking about he's talking about your knowledge of a subject. It's different.
Right. Now, I mean, I guess you could say calling him a clown, calling him a liar is a personal attack, but it's not attacking his personal life. Okay? We're talking about how
it's online.
He's doing this.
This is what Andy tried to say. Get some friends, man. I'm like, I literally have a best friend. It's offline, dude. I don't need your advice when it comes to friends. Like, I can turn the computer off and walk outside. I can turn the computer off and walk outside and call my best friend, like, very easily. Like, it's not about having friends or not having friends. It's this whole loyalty thing that he talked about. Like, the loyalty thing, as I said many times, loyalty is this to me. You can go, I don't control anybody that comes on my stream. I don't control any of my audience. I don't control any of that stuff. If you go on somebody else's stream and you start shit talking me, that's where I draw the line. That's where the line gets drawn for me, because that's the only loyalty I have. You can talk about you can do whatever you want. You can donate $500 to them instead of me. I don't care, right? I don't give a crap, because I don't control people. But if you say you come on my show and you're like trying to shoot the shit with me and you're being friendly or whatever, and then you go on somebody else's channel and you bitch talk me or whatever it is, that's when I have an issue. That's it. That's the only loyalty line I have on this platform. Period.
Facts. 100%. And that's what I'm saying. It's like for you to sit there and trying to tell another man where he can't stream, or who he can't follow.
I cannot get
the fuck out of here with that.
That's that Kilgrave shit.
I can understand that.
Kilgrave shit, man.
There was that thing that Paul
Pickle Lunga hates me.
There was that thing that Paul had sent to me. Like, cause I was led to believe that everything was good between me and this person, but apparently by all the stuff Paul showed me, this guy's hated me for a while. I'm like, what have I ever done to this person? Like, you can't come talk to me like a man and tell me what I'm doing wrong.
You brought on his fans with people that are enemies of Jody, and therefore you did it on purpose.
Oh yeah. And I do want to clarify. I want to clear up one thing. Yeah, Paul. Anytime Paul mentions me, he always says, "Lunga hates me. We hate each other." I don't hate you, Paul. That's
the idea.
That's hate. Hate is a heavy word. I just don't fucks with you. There's a difference. It's not that I hate you. I just don't. That's all. It's just because the conversations end up becoming very confrontational sometimes. Yeah, political, and it's just like it's not. That's all. It's not. I don't hate you.
And eats kangaroos too. Why would you want to?
Here we go with the animals again. MSK just got to go back to the animals again, right?
Love the animals, dude. Hey man, I love that shit.
At least he didn't say the gorilla shit yet. So.
Just like Pickle. Pickle. I don't hate you, Pickle. I just know what side of the fence you're on. That's all.
It's just one of these things where, like, if you have a problem, like, if anybody ever has a problem with me, you can DM me or whatever. It's like, if you don't do that, then I don't respect you if you have a problem with me. Because why would I? Why? You can talk to me. What all these things he had a problem with me. I know he was told these things by other people, though, because those are things that other people told him. I can tell by the way it's worded. Someone told him these things. I don't know who. I don't know, honestly. But if he had those ideas of me, could just talk to me. I got to clear it all up. And if you didn't respect it, you could go about your way. You don't have to respect what I'm saying. I'll just tell you how I feel. I tell people this. I've never changed it for no one. I'll just do whatever I feel like. And if people like it, that's cool. If not, you can kick rocks. Doesn't change my life at all.
That's exactly how it is. And even me, when I said this, like when I first started YouTube, I was like, who the fuck is gonna watch me? And then I said, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh shit, and I may say some shit that people are gonna not like. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? No matter what you do, you could try to be the best person in the world. There's always gonna people that don't like you, no matter what you do. So do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Do what makes you fucking happy, and whatever else is superficial, fuck the rest.
Yeah, that's why it's like we don't even always have to agree. They want streams where people just agree with everything they're saying. Like, no, I don't think like that. I can't do that shit. That'll never happen to me in my streams. Well, just me personally, but I just can't stand that though. You really you agree on everything? Really? That's people in IRL don't do that. Fuck that shit.
And there's gonna be a time where you have a stream with somebody and everybody agrees with that certain topic that you have or certain topics that you have. But when it comes to be every single stream that you have and people are just like, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
When that shit happens on our streams, though, when we all agree, we're all like, what the fuck is going on?
Or if someone agrees with someone too much, we call them the yes man, you know? Like, it's like, Danny's yes man.
No, it was the last O.O.C you had was a Aficionado, is that his name? Aficionado. Remember how he was saying some, remember how he was saying some good shit? You guys were like,
movie
what?
Aficionado?
Right here, Josh. Yeah.
The guy up there.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What about me? What?
No, he was talking about
and he said you wouldn't see him in these streets, cuz.
Oh yeah.
When he was talking,
What's happening?
Josh,
no.
It was when you were talking about the female stuff.
Yeah, I Magic the Gathering is trash, bro.
Oh, I know.
That's what he said, not me.
That is trash.
Not me. That's what he said, not me. I
didn't say that. No, you are correct.
I don't know nothing about it. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you. You're helping my case. Thank you, man. Thank you.
He said. I don't know nothing about Yu-Gi-Oh either. It was a dope anime.
It's true. That's true. Actually, I still go back and watch a little bit
for a season.
Yeah. And Flash, I did. I really did. I was like, who's gonna watch me? Like, you know what I mean? But when I first got on, and I say this too, I'm glad that I got on with the people that I got on with first, because if I had a bad experience on my first stream, I probably wouldn't be streaming. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't be doing streaming. So I got on with Danny and Terrence, and the vibe was cool. And we did 5 days straight. We talked, we did this and that. And I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll start doing something on YouTube. And that's when I started. But I always said that if I had been on a stream where it was just pure drama and pure arguing and person was disrespecting me, and I would have been like, oh, no, I probably don't want to do this shit.
Oh, because I know your sister, Flash, he said you really thought people would watch you. Yeah, when I first started, when I got 100 people, I was like, man, 100 people won't want to hear what I have to say. 500 people want to hear what I have to say. 1,000 people, 2,000 people want to hear what I have to say. It's just, you always have those kind of things too, you know?
Absolutely, 100%.
Because like whatever you're saying on YouTube, it's gonna resonate with some people. It just won't resonate with everyone.
Exactly.
That's it.
Everywhere and everywhere.
It's everything and anything in general, you know.
And the funny thing is, like I've told this story too. When the first drama started with Jody and Fado, like I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is this kid shit? I'm like, this is the kind of shit that goes on fucking YouTube. I'm like, nah, man. I was like, I'm about to drop off of this shit because I don't want to be a part of none of this fucking drama shit. I just want to come on here and have fun, you know? Danny and Rob are like, no, don't do it, don't worry, blah, 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 just do your thing. So I said, okay, you know, and I stay on. But I've never been one to want to be put into drama and shit and stuff like that. I just want to have fun. And that's why when I go on MSK streams, we have fun over there. You know, it's not about drama. It's about fucking sitting there talking fucking shit with people and having fun. And that's why I came to YouTube, just to have fun.
Exactly. You know? And Andy, MSK is all about fucking having fun. There is no drama on his fucking channel.
That's why we're here for, to just talk about movies, anime, politics sometimes or whatever, and it's like just have fun here. Why would I waste my time? Anytime I make a drama, I don't even like drama videos though. When I make a drama video, I'm like, man, I just wasted my time doing this, and I could have just did another video where I could have got the same amount of views, same amount of money, and I would have had fun making that video though. I don't want to spend my, because Andy said
money. People are making money doing this.
I do. I make a
Mr.
decent. I make a little decent there, you know. But it's like,
oh yeah, last night.
He said, "Oh, the drama channel." He said, "We're a drama channel."
Just for you. Don't even have to worry about that. I just read it on screen live.
We were a drama channel.
I scrolled from your last drama video about Jody and scrolled like hundreds of videos, and his was like 5 days ago about freaking Chrissy Teigen. So fuck his noise. He's full of shit.
Exactly. He didn't have the respect for you at all, MSK, at all.
And well, why would I worry about a dying
channel? MSK, we're good. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. A day later, he's bitching about you to me. Okay, cool.
I don't worry about dying channels or internet beggars, man. I ain't got no time for that shit, you know?
Hey, just put a 1 in the chat if you're a new member.
And it's funny, too, right? Because MSK found me during one of my watch parties, right? And I remember he popped in there.
Hang on, wait. You're copying Lewis's format too of watch parties.
Wait, can I talk on this a second here?
Didn't you copy him as well?
Copying Lewis's format. Hold up.
Accused of that. Yeah, you saw that.
Hold up.
First of all, almost talking about something else. We were so close.
No. Yeah, but you know what? He pulled that trigger. Now. Okay. First of all, let's not pretend watch parties haven't been a thing of YouTube for I don't know ever. That ain't a new platform. Watch parties have been around for a long damn time. Now, if you want to talk about in our little circle of people, if anyone was doing watch parties, it was John and me and Yellow were over there, and that's where we were doing watch parties there for a long time. And you know who was invited multiple times? Lewis. He only came for one, and he always said he couldn't be bothered to do the watch parties.
Well,
then I don't know. We were planning to do Mandalorian as soon as it came out because I'm a huge big Star Wars fan, and I wasn't. He was all worried. He was talking shit about the Mandalorian. I don't think it's gonna be that good. I don't think it's gonna be that good because I don't know nothing about fucking Star Wars. I'm giving my opinion anyway. So he didn't think it was that fucking good. But then suddenly, I don't know. He sees people making views on the Mandalorian watch party, so it's like, I gotta hop in on this because people are getting views. Now, anyone else who's doing it that wanted to do it from the beginning or has been doing it is stealing his platform. He doesn't have a platform. He's a motherfucking slug and a chameleon who steals everybody else's fucking ideas.
Bro, Andy literally told me that I streamed in his time slot. I'm like, you don't own the time.
He said that to me about the D&D stream, Yellow.
Really?
Smart thing, doing it during our shit. I'm like, we were doing this shit before you.
Hey, Monday Night Wars, man? Are you guys WCW and WWE?
That's what it sounds
something like that.
It's really
Tuesday Night Wars.
It's really sad. It's really low blow to lose 2 people to your stream.
Why don't you guys drop a pic of this guy? I'm really anxious to know who you guys are ranting about for the past hour almost.
Like it mattered anyway, because every time we did those streams, he sent everybody to Lewis's. He sent everybody to Lewis's all the time. Never sent it anywhere else. Only there.
He considered he considered Zunga toxic, but he would give you viewers after his watch parties, though. He considered you toxic, yet he would give you viewers. That doesn't make sense, though.
First of all, he did that. What, you mean Lewis?
He actually considered you toxic. He's like, you can be kind of toxic, but why would he, after his streams, give you viewers, though?
He only did that one time, and then he tried to hold it over my head.
He made it sound like he did a lot of times.
No, that's why I was in the chat that time, man. Because Lewis sent us there. But
that was that one time.
He was like there.
That's why he did it, because he knew Andy was going to be there. Do you see the setup now? Do you see the bullshit? We were sending people over. Fuck you. It was a setup. They knew Andy was going to be there. They knew, even though I don't see the DMs, but they knew him and Andy, I'm going to go over there and fuck with Lunda. Okay, send people over there. That's what the fucking thing was, because this was about a couple weeks after me and Andy had a blowout on Lewis's stream. So he's like, I'm going to go over there and do this. And he pettily said, I'm going to, even though we made up and we were cool, right, supposedly, he decided to be petty and come into my stream and try to start a fight with me. But we're just having a good time. Fuck you, you dirty, rotten piece of shit. Go back in the fucking cave you crawled out of, you fucking caveman piece of shit. Nobody gives a fuck about you. And you know what? Even if you didn't fuck with that girl and do the bad things that people said they did, you're a piece of shit on the motherfucking internet with all these fucking girls, and you're a lowlife. And that's why this shit follows you. And that's why nobody fucking trusts you. And that's why everybody excuses you of shit, because you are a fucking usual suspect, you piece of shit. Motherfucker!
There you go. I felt like it was like
if you look up Megan's Law, Andy's name will be there. But whatever. I'm not.
Thank you, K-Dot. But you know what's funny, MSK? Now, if this stream gets out, people are gonna say I'm the clout chaser now because I had all you guys on there, right? Like, oh, look at this guy. Who's this guy?
Dude, that makes no sense.
No, it won't, because that's why he's not here. That's why he's not here, and that's why the minions aren't like recording, because none of us have retweeted this.
How do you clout chase on channels?
I think I retweeted it maybe once an hour ago, so people dropped in. They're like, "Oh, he's not even there."
Like, dude,
and then I came in. That's why he's not here. That's why Andy's not like, "Let me in," because that's the only reason why he came onto MSK's channel, because he wanted the drama. That's why.
Yeah.
He keeps saying to me, I'm about drama. I literally reveal one thing that proves what he said. I didn't reveal anything else, right? And then he's like, you this, and this. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to do a stream where I release it all now. That's where I made my decision. He didn't
so how y'all
realize
felt about that new Supergirl costume, son? That shit fire, yo?
Pushed me over the edge.
I don't like her face, bro. I don't like her face. I don't like her face. I don't like her face. I don't like her face.
I don't like the hair.
That's Buttercup, B. That's Buttercup.
The hair's the problem for me.
See, this is why I can't fuck with Paul. Guy, the hair. SJW hair. I can't like it. I don't like it. That's why I can't.
Right?
Actually,
he literally hates
ironically, I don't hate it because SJW there. I just don't like the bob hair cut. I'm not a fan of it.
Hair.
He had like the long hair, man, and they've made it like this bob thing. I was looking forward to the long hair.
The bob is okay. It's just got a real. It's got a real hard part in it, which just looks weird. Her forehead is really big, and I just don't like her face.
Yeah, I'm gonna put in a 5-minute warning as well, guys. So we'll close it up in 5 minutes or so. But Kate, I just want to say thank you for the $4 super chat. And one thing I was gonna say is because I remember when MSK found me on my stream, right? And I was like, I know this guy from somewhere. And then I went and I watched back Sean. I was like, oh, he was on Sean Stackhouse. And I was like, oh, he's a Jody follower. So I was like, oh, man. So I know right away, like I was DC sucks and all that stuff. So I was like, maybe he's like, come on the channel sometime. And I was like, I wonder if I should. But I still went on.
You want to talk about Clout Chaser? Sean, that's the Clout Chaser.
Oh, Stackhouse?
Yep.
I agree with you 100%.
Get it, man. Go get it. Do your thing.
I'm going to say it because I know he don't like me, right? And the reason why he don't like me is because the show I have, which is the Chaos List, which I do on Tuesdays, used to be his show, right? And he didn't want to do it. Like, he stopped wanting to do it. He said, I'm not doing the show no more. I don't want to do it. He was doing fucked up shit to Danny, like, because it was all three of them. It was Chris, Danny, and Sean, right? So they all had a show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But now when Danny's show would come on, he would fucking skip it and then start streaming. You know what I mean? And I'm like, how are you supposed to be on the show with the dude, but you're streaming at the same time as him? So after that, he decided he didn't want to come on. So I came on the show, right? And I'm just going to say it too. I heard that he ended up saying, oh, he wanted the show back because I wasn't doing a good job on it. So I'm like, well, fuck you, because I watched when you were doing it and you had 8. Peace out, K-Dot. So I watched when you were doing it, and you only had like fucking 8 people watching. And when I do it, I have like 20 people watching. So who was doing a better job? So I'm like, if you don't like me because you gave up a show and I took it over and I did a better job on it, that's on you.
Hey, Paul, can we say, after all this stuff that's passed, can we say that I was robbed of my title on Nerd Wars? That he sent in a ringer and went into going to 9 overtimes?
I said this ages ago. He doesn't do Nerd Wars anymore, man. Even though he puts it as like it's like a tier thing in his membership.
Yeah, but I was in the background. In the back room, he was always like, "Oh, no one watches this. I ain't gonna put all this time into it. My drama videos get more views than this."
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
And it's like, oh, I don't know. How about make content for fun's sake?
I literally go podcast every week. I only make videos on things I care about. I don't even have scheduled upload times or any of that shit. I just make videos on what I care about. And then I have the usual podcast every week, right? Podcast. Then I release this Jody drama video that I did this last weekend. And I'm a drama channel. That's like, this is the irony of it.
Damn you,
so about that Flash movie.
I'm gonna be good. They're gonna say that about this channel. O.O.C. drama channel, right? Like, no, you guys are people I've streamed with. I consider you guys all and yellow friends. You know,
I'm offended. Take it back.
I'm just that loud dago that just forces his way onto the streams. That's so.
It's quite all right, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate you coming on. Like I said, this is what this platform is about: is to get shit off your chest. Me and Roberto came up with the idea, and we were doing a lot of I was doing a lot of comic book stuff and this and that, and I'm like, listen, I'm more than that. I want to do some real stuff. I want to get into real topics. My first fucking show was on my depression, what I was in for 5 years and stuff like that, you know, and I put stuff out there and I did that. So
we talked about black men crying, yo.
You know what I mean? And we talked
And
about
Danny was like shocked.
We talked about bullying. We talked about a lot of stuff on
Yeah,
this
we touched
channel.
some tough subjects.
So this is nothing new. So if anybody wants to sit there and say I'm a clout chaser or whatever, I'm not. This is what we do on this channel. You guys have something to get off of your chest, you hook me up, call, and then like boom, come on. This is what we do.
And we don't do any homework.
You know what I mean? I say,
my bad. See, what happened was I invoked Lunga's name, and then a wild Lunga appeared. That's what happens. Like,
welcome.
I have no problems with that whatsoever. It was just a shock to me that I seen someone pop up in the backstage, and I'm like,
I was trying to say it for like 5 minutes, and then you guys were just talking. And I was like, yeah, okay, I don't know what to do to interrupt here.
It's okay, man. It was just like, did I send out the fucking? I was like, did I send out my shit in a chat room that I didn't know about or something like that? You know?
You burned me. Yeah. I linked it out, Enzo. Sorry.
It's all good. So that's the only reason why I was shocked, man. But yeah, Lunga's welcome on here. You know what I mean? Everybody's welcome on here if they want to get shit off of their chest. Absolutely not a problem. You know. I like to think of it as like a neutral platform, you know, where we can just talk about your shit, man. That's what it is. And I always say this: if I can help one or two people, then I'm doing a good job. I'm doing what I have to do. I just want to help somebody, you know, because I went through so much shit. I've been depressed for fucking 5 years. My mom died, my dad died, and all that shit. So I was like, with the experience that I have, I'm hoping I can help people, and that's why we did this show. So.
And the truth is,
we even did bullying.
Sean Sims for Jody. I watched him in the thing. He had Lantern Alex on one time, who was like, he's an ex-member of like the Snyder Cult people. Like one day he just woke up and realized actually it's not that serious. It's a movie. But like he had him on the show because Sean like saw one of his videos and was interviewing him, and then he found out later that he criticized Jody. And so then he's in the chat for Jody's thing on a Friday night stream for the Americans, Saturday morning for me. And like he's in there going, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that he was against you, etc., etc. That's what happened to Sean. He just became a Jody simp.
Yeah, 100%. He did. And I think he chose Jody over MSK. If I'm not
chose
mistaken.
Jody over everyone.
He chose over everybody, and it started with Lewis. At first,
it's that loyalty card thing that they pull. Yeah. And I said, no, I'm not going to be loyalty without evidence. Show me evidence. Mm-hmm. Jody showed me evidence, and Ashley showed all of it. And I was like,
don't you remember?
No, I'm not going to like kiss the ring, man. Like
Paul, did you see how he came on the one time he came on my stream, which was also a setup because he wanted to. They were looking at shit, but Jody came on with me and Yellow, and he tried to confront me about that loyalty shit on my channel on my live stream. And even Yellow's like, nah, you're kind of crazy with that loyalty shit, yo. I don't know where you go with that. It's just like
anybody with a sane, rational brain will go, that's crazy. Like, yeah.
And not only that, Andy, it's like, how are you gonna be friends with someone that calls your fucking community trash and you're friends with them? How are you gonna be friends with someone like that calls your fucking community trash, and the same people that he actually freaking interacts with?
Andy knows his community trash. Still nothing from Jody about that. Still care. Andy, nothing for that.
Right. Like, but don't believe the hype either. Andy talks about how Jody's such a good friend of mine. He's not a friend. He's using Jody the same way Jody's using him. It's a business fucking relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
It's 100. Weird though because he's got 150K plus, and Jody hasn't grown at all.
No, but he needs Jody because if it wasn't for Jody, his channel wouldn't have came back.
But Jody's audience hates him, man. They always get in there whenever he's on and calls him doing this race baiting shit in the chat, man. I'm serious about this. Like they would go in the chat and they'd literally do race baiting. That's what they would do. Like they'd make out Andy's a racist, all this stuff. Like they would literally race bait in the chat the whole stream. Anything you like argued with, he was racist. That's why that's why he comes into his thing and he like gaslights them because he's just like, and he knows his community trash because it was all hectic again because they were all being racist again. Like it was just like, come on, man. Like anyway, it's like they won't say anything about each other because it's about loyalty, bro. It's about
about business.
My boy Jody. I'm like, no, it's about business. That's what it's about. He's a friend in real life. It's like, no, it's about business, man. Like,
absolutely.
Just to be honest, he perpetuates himself as some honest dude. It's like, you're not honest, and I've proven that he's not honest. He's honest about his opinions. He's saying we're good to MSK. Meanwhile, a day later, he's trashing him to me. So no, you're not honest, man. You're not an honest dude.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. You know what I mean? And you're not a friend when you start telling people where and what they can do, man.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
I can never get around with that shit.
I'm
that
sorry.
Doesn't make
like
any damn sense.
Me neither. You know what I mean? I remember at one point I had a little issue with Rob Storms and I left the channel. But never once would he disrespect me. Never once did I disrespect him. I'm like, listen, we had a disagreement and that's fine. And then what happened? We ended up talking, making up, and then I was back on the show. You know what I mean? So that's friends go through shit. It happens like that all the time, you know, and then you talk about it and you make up. That's what happens. But when you're constantly disrespecting and you're constantly calling people names, and listen, if you want to call people clout chaser, you're gonna say everybody fucking on YouTube is a clout chaser because we're all trying to get.
No, that's what he tried to do.
You know what I mean?
To do that in the stream where he was confronting me. He tried to say, I said, you called MSK a clout chaser. He's like, we are all clout chasers on YouTube. I'm like, you can't just come in and be like, oh, we're all clout chasers. Now he does a stream, his freaking Tuesday night stream, and he's talking about grifters, and I'm just like, you are so full of shit. Like, you are just a proponent of shit. Like, you just speak shit constantly everywhere you go on the internet. He's just vomiting it out. Like, he's such a two-faced person. And I can't stand it. It's like literally the reason why. At least that's what I said on my stream. At least Lunga came at me straight. Like, that's what I said on my stream. I'm like, at least he came at me straight. Like,
that's one thing people can't say, but that one thing they can't say about me is that I'm, passive aggressive about it. I'll say it.
That's all I care about.
They take cues from channels like The Quartering or like who's that other guy?
That's
you know what I mean?
That's the audience Andy's trying to get. I have a DM where I'm telling him because he's cozying up with Tug and Midnight's Edge because he's trying to get that audience.
Well, Tom's been exposed now. You've been watching that longer?
Yeah. I knew about Tug a long time ago. Everyone, I told him
that. The whole thing with the women that like Mecca and all that have exposed Jesse as well.
Midnight.
You don't like them. Yeah, I know you don't like them.
I know. Yeah, I know that whole
exposed a fair bit of stuff happening. Yeah,
I know the whole situation now, and people are still saying that
they're making it up.
Mary is just trying to get attention, and I mean, she is a little bit of she does that shit, but there's still you can. Oh my God, there's a great truth there.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, but yeah, it makes sense that Andy would hang around with people of that particular attitude towards women. Yeah.
There's people doing pranks and shit on YouTube. Like
this guy runs a mental health podcast, by the way. I just want to remind everybody.
that has been your tagline. That has been your tagline the entire.
He literally disregarded my mental health and browbeat me. Enzio said it earlier. Like, he literally just ignored me, and he wants to get people who are fragilely minded to call up. By the way, the person I was talking about earlier with the passive aggressiveness, Stormy, fuck you, by the way, putting up your little memes on Facebook saying, "Oh, you don't like heal your wounds by taking somebody else out." Fuck you! You have no idea. Did you watch the whole stream? Probably not. You probably just listen to Andy like everyone else does and believe him no matter what. Well, guess what, love? You should watch the stream because if you're close to him, it's eventually going to happen to you because this is what he does to people. Look what happened to Mara. And by the way, you're only supposed to show it to DMs, remember? Because that was his whole thing. You're only supposed to show it if you're defending yourself for rape. No, he showed DMs between him and Mara, trying to expose Dan Murrell because he wanted revenge. And he calls me petty. Okay? Just
exactly.
saying.
He calls you a scummy, right?
No, Lunga, you made fuck with Stormy. That's fine. I don't care. But she called me out, like literally doing this subtle bullshit on Twitter after I do that stream, saying that I'm trying to bring him down to make myself feel better. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just exposing what he did, right?
And you know what? Sometimes, like, if you hold things in too long, you explode. Exactly. You know what I mean? So if you have something that you had to get off of your chest, then fucking get it off your chest. And if that's the end of it, that's the end of it. Yeah, man.
before I did that stream on the podcast that I was on, I literally started to overflow because I do a grind my gears segment, and it literally was about Lewis, right? And like him, the villain being Loki, because he kept asking who the villain was.
Yeah,
he's like, "Who's the villain? Who's the villain? Who's the villain?"
Let me get it. I can say it. I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Who's the? It doesn't make any sense to me. Who's the? Because you're not a nerd.
Episode, like he literally says to him, "We're chasing you," and I'm like, "The villain's Loki, you idiot!" Like, did you watch the show?
You're a nerd to know that. It's very clear.
They established it right in their freaking fucking first
Maybe
episode.
has
I know. I'm just like, and the second episode comes out, and he's still going, "Who's the villain?" I'm like, "It's Loki." At the end, she blows up half the multiverse. She makes the multiverse. What are you doing? Like,
spoilers,
it's just so stupid.
Who haven't seen it?
Anyway, that was where it just overflowed for me, and then I realized, like, no, I need to do something about this. And then MSK gave me like the opportunity to come on and talk about do a timeline, and then Andy came in and just went crazy. So that's what happened, and that's
when
why
I tuned in, and I was like, "What the fuck did I just walk into?"
Oh yeah, I remember you coming into the chat. Yeah, you're like, "What's happening?" It was like 2 hours into it. And you're like, what is going on? But anyway, this is what happens.
The 199 super sticker.
But apparently, I didn't actually. I don't know if in Lunga did you watch the whole thing, because apparently, Stormy's given up on you, according to Andy. So he doesn't.
Oh yeah, I know.
Over there anymore, like.
Listen, I talked to Stormy. She's been cool with me. Her choices are her choices. That's. I don't. Like I said, it's not. I'm not saying me and her like best buds. Like I said, I've already mentioned everyone. I only have a couple people that I consider like friends. But she hasn't done anything to me, and until she does, she can. Whatever she does is her fucking business. I don't care. It has nothing to do with me.
All I gotta say is, Stormy, is watch out for Andy, because this shit will happen to you.
It's just gonna repeat itself. How many times does it have to go? It's like all these people that he used to stream with, he doesn't stream with anymore. Remember when he first started out?
Thank you, Ninja.
Doesn't go with Jabo anymore. There was this other guy that he doesn't mess with anymore that Jabo mentioned in his DMs about Andy, that he doesn't mess with him anymore. And he was a real life friend to Andy, and he doesn't mess with him anymore. Like, there's all these people that he just burns one after another. Like, and that's what I said. He burns people to get to the next point. Right? Yep. And it's only a matter before he burns other people. There are people that certainly don't stream with him now. You seen Chris in a while?
Damn.
Where's he? Where's Alfred?
Exactly.
Where?
I don't know. All I know is they do a great show on Saturdays where there's an orc and a puppet.
Go check out the Green Zone, fam.
There's an orc and a puppet on Saturdays. The puppet Jeff is hilarious. He's traveling around the world right now. It's one of the best shows on the internet right now.
Just saying. That's what I'm saying. He did it to me. Like, I was called an Andy mouthpiece for like 8 months or whatever. So there you go.
He was acting like it.
Was I?
Yeah.
Pretty sure I did the drama videos and then I just did podcasts. I wasn't talking about him at all. But hey.
I know Sagi did that little stream after yours, and I actually saw the video. I think it was with Lunga and when Andy came in and shit.
That's what Lunga was talking about earlier.
Damn, bro.
My name, dude. Do you understand? I don't talk about, like Paul mentioned it. I haven't made a video about nothing. Even after I had to blow with Andy, and then he decided to make me a segment on the video explaining what everyone already saw on the live stream. I don't understand why he needed explaining. Everyone already saw it on the live stream. But that was his way of telling people to not fuck with me, even though he said, "Oh, I'm not saying don't watch Lunga," but that's basically what you're saying. Because when you tell people I don't like this guy anymore, what do you think they're gonna do? That's what you're saying. But he did, so he did all that. I haven't said nothing yet. My name consistently keeps getting brought up, and I'm like, why the fuck am I in the middle of this? I don't fucks with you people no more. Why is everyone talking about me still?
And that's the thing. The people they get their butthole hurt when you don't fuck with them anymore. You know what I mean? That's a fact.
Emperor Palpatine, like Lunga over here, lives rent free in their heads. Dude,
bruh, I done moved on. Find another piece. It's done. That's it.
You live rent free in their heads. That's why.
Facts. You know what I mean?
Oh, you mean because I didn't lose subscribers after the thing with Andy? Oh, why? Because I didn't lose subscribers after the thing with Ashley and Jody. I don't know. I think I'm doing okay still.
Absolutely. And I know when Paul started doing his things, I'm pretty sure they were expecting his fucking subs to drop, and they didn't. They went up. And I remember I was watching, and I said, Paul, your subs went up. Good job, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
same thing with Ashley's. Ashley's went right back up too.
Yep. And I told her that. I told her hers would. And I mean, I could have capitalized on that. If I could have did a Mad Max, I could have made Andy and Jody videos for months, and I probably could have doubled, tripled my sub count just for people that don't like them. But I don't, because I don't want to be their channel. Then I'd have to keep doing that.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
That's
right. That, you got to keep doing that stuff, and it just eats you up.
Yo, and I always respected that.
Well, after all this happened, you guys know, my channel's dying with my 5 subscribers.
Yeah, your channel's
you got more than me. Fuck you talking about?
Opinions. That's what your channel's dying.
Yellow, you're just a hater. Look, Yellow, it's okay.
I don't hate. I'm not a hater, bro.
Yellow,
he got a point. Hey, Dots. He got a point. He got a point.
He's a hater.
He got a point. You have
changed what hater mean. You feel what I'm saying? I disagree with everything
you have
that you say.
That are not takes. I don't know what they are. They're just
no. I will say this. Because Yellow tried to say, that a couple of us on the panel were homophobic, just a little. That's what he said. So I'm going to say,
I didn't try.
Yeah,
stop shoving that gay shit down my throat.
So I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say, Yellow has a little bit of hater in him.
No, how? There's nothing hateful about what I say.
But Yellow, you know what though, Yellow?
I'm not trying to stop you niggas from succeeding. I'm trying to bring you out of the darkness. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to guide you to the light.
That sounds like absolute nonsense, but I do like you, man. I do like streaming with you, man. And I like the fact that you like when you have a stern opinion, no matter what it is. Like when you were talking about White Castle before, you're like, I don't like that shit. And no matter how
it's overrated.
Wait, it's overrated. No, you talking about White Castle? You talking shit about White Castle? Why have we not had this conversation before? I've known you motherfucker. How long?
You know why?
You hate on White Castle?
Because nobody cares about
Great Council's over, guys. Cancel. Cancel. Great Council's canceled.
No one cares about White Castle. It's trash.
That was my point. My point was that I respect that you have that opinion and that you stick with it, bro. You don't change. You're you, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
It's just like in Jackie Brown when Robert De Niro says you can't trust Melanie, but you can trust Melanie to be.
Why does he look confused when he said thank you? He's like, thank you. I don't understand.
Because I knew some shit was coming, and then the Jackie Brown line dropped, and that's what I was waiting for.
No, you can trust Yellow. That's my dude.
I say this, man.
But we're not friends, though. In real life.
No, man, acquaintances.
and I say this, man. It's good that we're all able to sit here, talk. We have serious conversations, then we laugh and joke, then we go back to serious conversation, and it's good that we can do that. You know what I mean? This is what men do. You know what I mean? As men, this is what we do. We don't sit there and start fucking Yellow. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing, Yellow.
As men, we spend a lot of time talking.
Every time there's a unity speech. Every time there's a unity speech, Yellow gotta nah. Hold on a minute.
Remove me from this interest.
I don't like groups of people. Groups of people are bad. Too many people in the room agree with each other. Something bad gonna happen. I don't like it.
Yellow. You know what? Yellow. I'm gonna have to do this. But I'm gonna have to give you one of the first Phantom Zones, the second one on the show. Damn, so dude. Here we go.
I will fuck you up.
Swag.
Enzo, can I say a quick thing? I actually have a question.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
It's for my friend Yellow. I have a question. Yellow, I'm not sure if you know.
Friend. Said that with his chest right there.
All right,
he put a hard R in it.
Friend. Serious question for Yellow. Yellow.
There's no such thing as a serious question.
Yellow, I finished Shameless, and I never really heard your. I finished all 11 seasons, and I did my review. I never really asked you, what do you think about the show? Because I know you watched it, but what do you think about the show? What is your overall? What do you think about it? Because I don't know what you actually. I don't know if you like it or you hate it or you. In the middle with it. What do you think about the show? Shameless in general.
That shit was great, man. That shit was great. That's it. It was incredible.
It was like seeing white people struggle.
It's funny. There is absolutely a an element of like white dysfunction that we don't really get to see like be done well. You feel what I'm saying? Because as much as dysfunctional as that Southern Chicago family is,
here we go. Gotta hit Chicago now.
It's like you can still see how each character is super nuanced, man, and the way everybody has their own stories. It's just an incredibly well written show, and it's hilarious, and it's emotional, and it's like it's ridiculous, but it still feels real. You feel what I'm saying? And I really liked it. I think it fell off towards the end of the last couple seasons, but what show is not want to do that? You feel me?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say one thing. I have to say one thing.
Go ahead, Lunga.
While I don't appreciate this completely disparaging view of Chicagoans, just because I happen to know a lot of people like that, fuck you, Yellow, for bringing it up.
Right, swag.
Well, Yellow, I'll say this because I gotta say this. For me, up until season 9, when Fiona leaves, like I think the show's solid up until then. My issues is really with season 10 and 11. I think season 10 and 11 has some weird choices with how they try to progress the story forward. And, it's really my issue with Fiona being missing because a lot of the decisions that are happening don't line up with the previous seasons of how characters would act. But I will say this about the last episode that redeemed it for me. Ian and Frank. My freaking goodness. That final episode, I was crying.
Ian or Liam?
Liam. Yeah, Liam.
Okay.
Liam, bro. That final episode where and I had to think about it because out of all the kids Frank has done damage to, he has not done damage to Liam like he did his other kids. And seeing Liam in that, and seeing Liam in that final episode looking for his dad and stuff, and just looking for him, just wondering where he was at, and I could not fight them tears. I was like, man,
I saw it. Yeah,
that shit.
I want to say
it was simple.
Before I dip, LGG, do you, Mephisto confirmed in the stained glass window?
Here we go.
First off, hold on. Let me say this real quick. Ninja sent a $2 super chat and he said, "Yellow, don't say that again. Shh, for now on." LOL.
Yeah, what I don't know what that what is. What did I say?
Like 20 things behind, man.
I'm not sure what it was either, but I just had to put that out there.
I'll do my best.
That was 5 minutes ago.
Just the last 10 things you said. Just be safe. Don't say it.
Right. Just don't say any of those things.
And it's okay.
Yellow's like, I was quiet for an hour while y'all talking about Andy. I opened my mouth once, and now the super chat tell me don't say it.
I heard these men whine about other men for 2 hours, but I gotta shut up because I'm pointing it out. I respect it though.
So we are gonna close it up too soon. So you guys, if anybody has any last things to say, can go right ahead and say it, and then we'll shut it down. Anybody else has something to say? Don't worry, LG. I'll let you go last.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. I have to say thank you guys for joining us, man. You made this really entertaining. It was good to see you guys again, Paul, K-Dots, and everybody, man. Seriously, man. Respect.
And I agree with that because we really didn't have much for this episode today. Like I said at the beginning, I was like, my co-host didn't have shit, and I was like,
Lunga. That comment that was in Saggy's about who we all should stream with in Saggy's chat. I feel like it's going to be the Four Horsemen of like Andy's Apocalypse.
I don't know.
We do a stream together.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I saw that. That'll kill him. I can't stream with Jarbo. I don't fuck with him like that.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it either. I'm with you all the way.
I'll put that
out there.
I had a lot of fun.
I saw it. I was like, Enosh I can handle. Lunga's fine. But Matt Jarbo, I'd neck myself. So no, I can't do it.
Excellent. So, and like Aishka said, man, I do appreciate every one of you coming on. Lunga, you definitely. I've been subbed to Lunga already. You definitely have. Anytime you want to pop on, if anything, you can find me on Twitter.
I already said subscribe to the channel.
Appreciate it.
Lewis, I want to do an impression of Lunga when he talks about.
Here we go.
Yo, stop interrupting this man. Shut up, Enzo. Please continue.
He goes, the Great Council. That's how he says it. So he said,
Great Council. I say it. I say the words "the Great Council." Okay, gotcha.
That's what you say when someone says, "What's your channel?" Subscribe. You don't even say subscribe to the Great Channel. You just say Great Council.
Great Council. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. I do want to ask one question. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to shill if I don't have to shill. But is anyone a comic book fan? Do people like comic books around here? People like comic books?
Yeah, for sure.
People like comic books. Yeah. You guys like supporting independent comic creators?
Yeah, absolutely.
I am
Support
an
anybody.
independent comic
That's what
creator.
my new website's going to do.
Josh is, absolutely.
Well, so am I. If you want to share the screen.
Absolutely.
This is my comic book. It's the second issue of Isadora and the Immortal Chains. It's a Lovecraftian dark heroverse. Centers around a character of Isadora, who's herald to the King in Yellow, kind of like Silver Surfer meets Lovecraft. And this is issue number 2. We're funded already, but there's still 22 days left. We have a bunch of stretch goals, trying to get the word out there and have more people back this. Put a lot of work in this. I'm the writer. I'm not the artist. I hire artists to do this. But the picture you see there is a fabulous artist, Jay Espin, who I love. I need this man to do more stuff.
You have a woman looking like a woman. Very nice.
Yeah.
Was that the link you put in the private chat?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the chat for you.
But yeah, we're $54 away right now from the second stretch goal, which is Jay Espin's trading cards. I'll show you here. So the next trading card is this Nyarlathotep trading card. So when it hits $38.75, which is like $54 away, everybody who backs gets one of these. And then at each increment, there's more cards that go along with it. There's gonna be more stretch goals as it goes along. So yeah, we still got 22 days left. I'd really love this. My first campaign for issue 1 ended at about 4,100, so I'd like to go way past that for issue 2.
All right, guys. So anybody in the chat, I put the link in there. If you want to support, please do it. That's what we're about here. We're trying to support everybody. Like I said, that's why I like the community that I have right here and that, I've been a part of, because we all are at least trying to do something for other people. And that's basically what it really is all about, man, hands down. So with that being said, we're going to go around the panel so you guys could talk about your channels. I'm going to start off with my homeboy, Roberto Mendez. Tell the people about your channel, sir.
Still in the works. The great one, Mr. LDG, is working on it. And as soon as he's done, you will all know and see it. It'll be something special. You're all welcome to come one by one.
Absolutely. And his link is in the description if you guys want to sub to those channels too. I still have a few that I have to put in there. I got to put Yellows in there. I got to put Lungas in there now, but
support a brother, man. Support a brother. I'm as new to this as Yellow is. Sorry to cut you off, Anzo.
No, it's okay.
I'm as new to this as Yellow. I'm trying to get to 100. I was at probably the same pace as Geiscar a month and a half ago, and now he's kicked in the nitrous. So please support a brother. Support a brother.
There you go. Next up, Basco Scenario. Geishka, tell the people about your channel, sir.
The Basco Scenario is my channel. Gaming reviews, gaming clips, movie reviews, random streams whenever I feel like doing them. But I'm also on one of the 4 on Chaos Central. So Sundays we have at 5 p.m. we have the roundtable for Loki. Then at 8:30 the roundtable for the Bad Batch. Mondays 9 p.m. the Chaotic Conversation hosted by Comic Chat Danny. Tuesdays is the Chaos List, which is Anzo that hosts that. Then Wednesdays 9 p.m. Rule of 3. Then right here at 10 p.m. for the O.O.C. And then we have our Game Changers that Anzo and Roberto we all 3 of us co-hosts. We have to talk to see when we're going to bring that back. And yeah, man.
And we are definitely bringing that back. And for the new ones on the chat or in the chat or here, we go into relationship stuff on that one. So we're definitely going to bring that
fun, yo.
It is fun. And before I get to Josh, I just want to say this, and I said it last night, but I'm going to say it again with everybody in here. Flash, good to have you back, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you know what I mean? And I'm glad you're back and your schooling done, man. So it's good to have you back. Josh, talk to the people, sir.
Yo, Movie Aficionados on YouTube, getting my subs up. I don't know if I'm sure some of you fine gentlemen have subbed to me. Going to do some videos when I have time, more so. Also, Movie Aficionados on Facebook. We have over 6,000 people on there. Channel creators like you guys that, do movie reviews, news. You guys can share your stuff. Feel free to join. And since Darth, I'll check out your comic. I'll throw you some money, man. This is my comic. It's called Artsy Fartsy. It's about 2 film critics that make fun of movies that are pretentious, just like myself.
Put your Amazon link in the chat.
I will. I will. And there's also an animated short that I did, and that's on my channel, so check that out. And yeah, the Fantastic Four on top, baby. O.O.C. every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday, that's correct. Next up, Lunga. First time on the channel. Thank you for coming on there. And like I said, when I bring people on here, it's to bring the fire. You guys brought the fire. So tell the people about your channel, sir.
The Great Council?
Either.
Yeah, no, the Great Council. Great Council with an E. Me and Yellow are there every day. Well, at least not every day, but Tuesday through Friday with our midday mashup show at 2 Central, 3 Eastern, where we talk about all the nerdy news and movies and TV shows and stuff going on in the nerdy world. And sometimes I do random streams in the evening, and we do have our D&D stream Thursday nights, the Console 6, over there on the Great Council. And my comic book, of course.
Yeah, man, I seen you guys over there playing some Dungeons and Dragons. I was like, holy shit. Now, if that's not nerd shit for you, that's some nerd shit, bro.
I haven't played that in so long.
What was that? You don't play Magic?
I've always wanted to, but I've never played Magic cards. I've never played the Magic cards, the card game. Only because it has to be something for me. That's a game I want to play. Like the first time I play it, I want to play it like with people in front of them. Online is like. I played Dungeons and Dragons tabletop, so doing the online now is like, okay, well I did a tabletop, but I didn't want to like do Magic.
I got you.
Next time you guys do that, you guys gotta dress up like medieval and shit on the stream. If you're gonna go nerd, you gotta go all nerd, bro.
That's stereotype, man. Oh man.
I do leather crafting. I've made leather craft armor. I 3D printed an entire Mandalorian cosplay set.
There you go. Yellow, tell the people about your channel, sir. You are muted.
You're muted, sir.
I knew it happened one time on the stream, so thank you for keeping true to what you do.
Yeah, you know what it is, fam. My name is Yellow Does It, and that's where you can find me at Yellow Does It. No W, you heard?
There you go.
And the Great Council too. Also, y'all gotta check out my fault. Y'all gotta check out Isadora, fam. It's not. First of all, there's a whole bunch of pictures on there that Sun didn't show you. It's a beautiful comic book. The artist on there, George, whatever his name is, fam, super fire, like amazing. And I read the script for issue 2. Issue 1 is dope. I read the script for issue 2, fam. It's some shit in there. I'm excited to see how he draws this up. Go check out Isadora and Immortal Chains on Kickstarter, son. It's support independent content creations. My fault. Go ahead, Andre.
No, you're absolutely correct.
Oh yeah. You can find me on MSK's channel, Master 5 King Entertainment. Subscribe to his channel. I'm on there like on times on his channel, stuff like that. So go subscribe to him. Subscribe to everyone else on this panel, like Anzo, Bigfoot Entertainment, Roberto, Basco. Subscribe to Paul, HalogenHelix. Subscribe to LDG and the Great Council. And of course K-Dot.
Facts. And MSK, who was up here earlier, and everybody else you've seen on the panel. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, everybody on here is doing their own thing and they're doing great stuff. So yeah, you guys, if you guys want to be entertained, please sub to these channels, man. 100%. Paul, talk to the people, sir.
The Great Council? No, I'm just kidding. Mine is HalogenHelix. That's how you spell it right there. It's my name. That's my channel. I do a podcast. It's early morning, late night for Americans on Thursdays, early morning Fridays, Friday nights for me in Australia. Come join me, Mike, Jess, not Tyler. More news on that on Friday. And we'll talk about it then. But I talk pop culture generally. I don't do drama videos every week like other YouTubers and other people want to accuse me of. So come join us. We just have fun. We shoot the shit. We have a good time. And sub to everybody else here. We all do our own independent stuff. We all have our own independent thoughts. And we can all agree to disagree when the time comes to it. Even me and Lunga. And if we can do it, then everyone else can.
Facts.
If I can change and he can change, we can all change.
Oh my God.
Rocky. K-Dots, you are up, brother. Again, another first time on the channel. Thank you for coming on again. Appreciate it, man.
And thank you, Enzo, for having me on for the first time. You guys can come subscribe to SJK Sanctum. The name is right there. Type it in exactly how you see it, and you'll find it. Currently, right now, for these next 2 months, I've been slowing down on content when it comes to anime, movies, and just my pop culture content in general. Because in the next 2 months, I'm doing a big shift for the channel. So, you know, I'm still going to be trying my best to cover my anime content, reviewing music and other things. Just bear with me for these next 2 months. I'm doing a shift and remodel for my channel because something big is going to happen for me.
Excellent. Awesome. Good job, man. And like I said, man, you guys are great. You bring the fire. I'm glad I met every single one of you guys. So I do appreciate that. Who popped out? Somebody popped out. Paul. Okay, Paul. So now, last but not least is my homeboy LDG. If you guys have seen any intro that I've had recently, it is because of him. He has a website. I'm going to let him talk about it, but I'm going to put it up real quick. I'm going to full screen it. Damn.
You see why I can't wait for my shit, man? Damn. That was fire, yo. That was fire.
I appreciate it, man.
Talk to the people,
guys. What's going on, man? LDG of Geeks Enjoy here. Also, Geeks Enjoy IT for your free computer services needs, guys. What's going on? Trying to change the world before I die. Hashtag free the net. Hashtag Prometheus. Hashtag nerdrotica.com. Check it out, guys. Website's almost about to go live. What we're doing right now is I am taking names on Twitter. That's at Geeks Enjoy, capital G, capital E. Hit me up on my pinned tweet. Send a reply to my pinned tweets with your channel URL. I will add you as a content creator to the website, and once that's done, we will be ready to go live with free memberships across the board. It won't cost you a dime to join nerdrotica.com, a place that will unlock the net for us content providers and unchain us from our platforms. That 90% click I agree and don't, where you're the terms and conditions, and we get to have some fun, man, getting seen and grow the community. It's about time the community does grow, and I'm going to make sure it happens one way or another. Big tech needs to be cut down, and I am the motherfucking lawnmower man.
Wicked. Wicked.
And I will say this, man, like I said before.
Shit. Thank you.
He got that 98.7 FM on the drive home microphone going right there with his.
You do, right? Full of surprises. Full of surprises.
Thank you for the sub. Awesome.
And I will say this, like I said, man, you guys know this guy's fucking genius when it comes to doing those intros and stuff. If you want a good intro for your channel, check him out. Yeah,
intros like this.
Pickle, you back? We think you leave for good. And now, please welcome to the stage, Pickles.
No, not like
Actually,
that.
a friend made that for me, but
yeah, no, not like
one.
that one.
I love Metalocalypse, man. Oh man,
no, not like that one.
Not like that.
gonna make me feel a certain way about my intro. I put a lot of work in my intro, man. I learned After Effects, all this other shit to make that intro. God damn it.
The intro's fine, man. You know what I mean? But I mean, for me, like I tried mine, but I got him to do it, and you guys will see when I close out the show one of the intros that he made for me. He's also made me this one. Actually, I'm gonna play this one because I haven't played it yet. Did I load it up?
Oh shit, exclusive.
Did I load it up? Okay, no, I didn't load it up. Just give me 1 second
exclusive.
while I load it up, because one of my videos I do is called a shots fired video, right? So we're poking fun at when some people says something on a stream or whatever. We go on and we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and we call it a shots fired video. Shit, I gotta find it though.
I didn't really.
And while he's finding it, shout out
video.
to also. Guys, check out. I also have 2 watch party rooms. That's theater.nerdrotica.com and tv.nerdrotica.com. If you have nothing to do and you want to hang out, join the 24/7 watch parties. There's a chat room for you guys to enjoy. Like I said, everything I'm trying to do here is just to help the community and take it to the next level.
By the way, if you're doing shots fired, you gotta have the sound effects when you do it. You know, you gotta,
wait,
it does.
Yeah. Oh wait, here it is. Hey, look.
Stop shooting that little shit.
Yeah, so that's the kind of shit you can expect, man. So, like I said, support LDG. I've been supporting him. You know what I mean? And I'm on his website. I was happy that he put me on there one time. So I'm like, you know what? Again, it's about supporting everybody in the community like we're doing, man. We're all over here trying to get somewhere. We're all trying to get up there. So any help helps, basically. So that's all I got to say on that, man. LDG, you have anything else or anything else to say before we close it up?
No, man, thanks for having me. And yeah, I mean, it's so easy now to get kicked off a platform, right? So it's glad we're going to have one where you don't have to worry about that happening. Speaking about what happened to AZ today, that's what the hell, man. Oh my God. Did you guys talk about that today?
Happened to who?
Heel versus Babyface got permanently banned from Twitter for quoting Game of Thrones.
Oh no, I didn't even know that.
Gone.
Did he quote
that
something
feels
from
like a spin
season 8?
to me. What actually happened? That feels like a spin. What actually happened?
Yeah, no, it was some comment on Game of Thrones that meant kill all men. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I have no clue what it was.
Yeah. No, it's all men must die. It's
all men must die. Yeah, whatever that was.
Valar Daharis or something like that. I can't remember. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So he tweeted that out or something like that. Permaban.
Wow. LDG.
But that's just a misunderstanding.
There's something for you in the Twitter private chat. So link your channel, link your Twitter up in there for K-Dots. You know what I mean? With that being said, guys, we are going to close it out. We've been 3 hours and 30 minutes. We did go longer than usual. Yeah, we went longer than usual, but it was fire. People were watching and entertained. So I kept it running, man. Once again, I do appreciate everybody that came on once again. And I hope you guys come back. You have an open invitation.
Peace out, people.
You even want to just talk some shit one time, no problem. Do a stream. I'm cool with that. But with that being said,
same with us.
All right, cool, man.
Peace. Later.
Peace.